What is up, Pokefans? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and we're going to continue our climb through the ranked ladder using a team that we built from scratch. Now, in the previous episode, we did all 7 of our matches, so we're clearly at an even number. We start at match 81, and we won't stop until we hit 85. So there's that plus. On the team front, though, we did make a change to Tornadus. We switched out Scary Face for Leer. Maybe that'll help us somehow. I wish that Tornadus had more debuff moves than what is there, but he only really gets Scary Face and Leer, and I think one other move, and then he's just like the Weather Setter, Tailwinder, which, don't get me wrong, isn't that bad. But when you've got a prankster that can do what seems like a lot, yeah, it isn't a whole lot when you try to other things that could be useful on him. But he is a Pokemon that suffers from multiple move syndrome. There's so many moves you could put on him, and there's so many options that you could do. So you're just kind of limited while you have like a huge move pool. So there's that. And I don't really have anything else. So we're just going to go ahead and get straight into our matches for today. I didn't make any other changes to anyone else, and I would love to, but it just didn't. So there's that. Let's go ahead and get into our first match of the day. All right, our first match is ready to go. We've got Chien-Pao, Urshifu, Golden Go, Dragonite, Iron Hands, and Fezandipity. That's right, Fezandipity. Okay, here we go. So we do see Pokemon that is gonna obviously be physically troublesome. We do have Golden Go that can't be taunted, can't be status effects. Like, I don't even think I can lower down his stats with his ability of Good as Gold. So he's going to be one to really watch out for the most part. I think the open of Tornadus, maybe Great Tusk might be in order. I mean, I will have to deal with Fake Out from Iron Hands, but if I bring in Fluttermane, I can have like an easy switch-in option. But I don't know what to do about everyone else. Fezandipity is a special attacker, Golden Ghost is a special attacker, everyone else is physical attackers. So the idea that I have is maybe go Gyarados, but yeah, I think Gyarados is going to be the best. I don't want to bring in my Chien-Pao if they have theirs, because that is 2 Pokemon lowering down everyone else's defenses, and with me having Leer now, it's definitely going to start knocking some people over. Here's another thing that I don't know if a lot of people know about, but Leer hits everything on that side of the field. So it's going to be dope. They open up with Chien-Pao Dragonite, though. So that's cool. I automatically have to tear my Tornadus just so that I don't get, like, extreme speeded to the ground. If that seems to be the case. Terra, Leer. And I'll go with the Rock Slide for the flinch. Extreme Speed's gonna go off, but I don't think Dragonite's gonna be able to one-shot. I don't think he's gonna be able to one-shot my Pokemon Great Tusk, but it's really possible. I'm hoping with the Leer drop it does a little bit more. Here comes the Terra, though. It is going to be the Dragonite Terra normal. So we do have the extreme speed set coming out here. I'll be able to turn that off next turn. I don't know if he's going to be able to one-shot. Extreme speed goes into Tornadus and misses because he is Ghost. Leer drops. Oh, it doesn't affect Chien-Pao, but it will drop Dragonite's defenses even more. Here comes the Rock Slide. Does a lot to the Chien-Pao. Doesn't do hardly anything to Dragonite, supposedly. But we'll Bleak Wind and swap Great Tusk to do Fluttermane. So now I don't get affected by the next turn of Extreme Speed. And Bleak Wind's still going to be doing damage to the Pokemon. Now, Chien-Pao is going to get off the Ice Spinner. I think it's to the Tornadus. It is, and it will not KO because it's not affected by it. Not super effective, but there goes the Chien-Pao. Dragonite is still left all by his lonesome now, and we've officially dealt with this obscenely hard opening of Chien-Pao Dragonite. So Well, we wanted Flutter Mane to prevent like getting hit by, you know, other Pokemon like Iron Hands here with the fake out. That was the whole premise of having that set up, but we'll take it this way too. We're gonna go ahead and Leer again. How many Pokemon do they have left? So they, yeah, we'll Leer again. Actually, we'll Bleak Wind. We're not gonna Leer, we'll Bleak Wind, because I'm gonna set up with the Moonblast. Yeah, we'll get up with the Moonblast. With your Dragonite, he had to. So here comes this fourth Pokemon. Most likely will be Golden Go. I wasn't gonna say that, but it's good confirmation. Moonblast into the Iron Hands, gets him really, really low, and Bleak Wind will miss the Iron Hands and will miss the Golden Go. That's dope. Love that for me. Wild Charge goes right into the Flutter Mane, which will unfortunately get the KO. Iron Hands is hit with the recoil. We'll go ahead and bring out Gyarados now, as then we can lower down speeds. Not speeds, but attacks. It's not going to do anything to the Dragonite that's in the back, but this is the best way that I can handle it. We will Bleak Wind again. And I'm going to Waterfall Iron Hands. I'm going to make sure that I get the dedicated hit on Iron Hands. Iron Hand is going to dodge the attack, which is why I'm so glad I went for the dedicated hit. Right into that slot in case if it did miss. I wanted to at least do a little bit of damage to Golden Go. Thunderbolts right over to the Gyarados. We'll get the KO. That's interesting. That's spect. Gyarados is kind of bulky and he has like special defense nature. So to one-shot him from a... He's not spec'd. That was just, wow, that's insane. That was leftovers on him, by the way. So he just dies. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Dragonite comes back out. Who is shiny? That's dope. We'll Bleak Wind. And I mean, Extreme Speed's gonna come out. It's gonna hit the Great Tusk first, but I'm gonna hope for the best. Golden Go's gonna protect. Totally fine. Headlong Rut. He didn't. You didn't do Extreme Speed? What? Bleak Wind doesn't hit the Golden Go. Will it knock out the Dragonite though? It will hit the Dragonite. Will it knock it out? It will not. It leaves him down with 1 HP. He goes for the Earthquake instead. I mean, that's not a bad move. It does take out all three of my, or both my Pokemon. Man, if I would have went for the Rock Slide instead, that would have knocked him out. Oh, man. That was a good call. That was a good call. Good game. Next match is up and ready to go. We've got Diplin, Lilligant, Hisuian, Arcanine, Iron Hands, Iron Bundle, and Bronzor. That's an interesting play there. I'm not 100% sure what they're trying to go for in this team. I want to say switch-ins, Intimidators, but Lilligant. I mean, it could be a pseudo-Sun team. As you know, Chlorophyll would be really, really fantastic. Diplin to lower down everyone's evasiveness. I think that's going to be what it's going to do. In the event that it is, though, we will bring in Tornadus, Chien-Pao, Great Tusk, and if it's for whatever reason a Trick Room team, we'll bring in a Moongus. He's not. Oh, that's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. Gyarados. we'll leave Fluttermane and Amoonguss at home. I don't think that it's gonna be like to call it a sun team or a pseudo sun team is way on the left field. Bronzor could use Sunny Day, but I really think it's gonna be using Trick Room. I think that's what the entire implementation of the team is, but again, they have Pokemon that kind of fake me out. So we have Bronzor and Dipplin versus Chien-Pao and Tornadus. Evasiveness fell from super sweet syrup. Syrupa. Okay, so we could Bleak Wind the Dipplin away. I'm not too keen on how I'm gonna hit the Bronzong, but I can also taunt him. I'm gonna Leer instead, and then I'm gonna Sucker Punch. Nope, I'm gonna Dipplin or hit Dipplin in the face. So they're gonna retreat Bronzor to bring out Iron Hands. Good call, but my Leer is now gonna lower your guys' defenses one stage, and I'm hopefully gonna one-shot this Dipplin. We'll see. Boop, and it goes down. Okay, Iron Bundle comes out next. Quirk Drive is activated, so now we have speed increased. I mean, we could go for the Leer again and minus Iron Hand's speed. I have to use Cetera here, though. I'm probably going to save Chien-Pao, because that Drain Punch is going to come out and it's going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, we'll Leer, Terra, Sucker Punch into the Iron Bundle. I'm assuming that it's going to attack. It would make sense that it would attack. If it doesn't, they called it. Like, if I was in that position, I would attack and throw like a bunch of stuff out there just to hit Chien-Pao, do something, whatever the case may be. Iron Bundle protects, so they called that for sure. Sucker Punch will fail, does not go into the Iron Hands at all. Leer does nothing to Iron Bundle. Drops Iron Hands' defenses one stage again. Drain Punch over to the Chien-Pao slot. Doesn't do much, but that was what I was trying to prevent the entire time. So I'm going to do Bleak Wind. And Sucker Punch again to the Iron Bundle. Because in the speed of priority, I know Sucker Punch is +1, and anything that Iron Hand or Tornadus does is also +1. Freeze Dry will go into Chien-Pao, which will knock it out, unfortunately. But the Bleak Wind should be able to catch up with the Iron Bundle. Yep, Bleak Wind hits both, and it will take out the Iron Bundle, but it does a barely beat a damage to Iron Hands, but this looks like it's going to be a double KO for sure. Here comes Wild Charge, boop, and he goes down. Obviously. And he gets hit with the 1/4 recoil. So in terms of priority that I was trying to get to before, it was a difference between like Chien-Pao and Tornadus. Tornadus has 179 speed, so Chien-Pao would outspeed him even though he gets Prankster in priority, but Sucker Punch is the same priority, but it goes then off the speed of both Pokemon. Okay, so I mean, Bronzong has Levitate, so that's not going to really do a whole lot. A Headlong Rush would really hit this Iron Hands a lot, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Headlong Rush the Iron Hands, And I'm gonna taunt the Bronzong. Because I think Gyro Ball is gonna come out of Bronzong. I'm not 100% sure about that. Here comes the Terra. It is for the Bronzong. And it's going to be water. Okay. But it has to be levitate. Like, he has that, right? Headlong Rush into the Iron Hands is a one-hit KO. Dropping my defenses one stage. Bronzong Psychic. Yeah, he has Levitate, Heat Proof, and Heavy Metal. Well, for the taunt, use Psychic over on the Great Tusk. Quite a bit of damage, and it will knock him out. So now it's just down to Gyarados and Bronzong. And I'm going to Thunder Wave him now. He can't protect. He can't do Trick Room. He can't do any status things to me, so he has to do this kind of shenanigans. And we do have Gyro Ball now, which is his best move in the game. But he would get the first turn paralyzed, and now I just Waterfall and hope for the best. Doesn't do a whole lot. Paralyzed again. But he shook off the taunt. He did shake off the taunt. Oh my god, he flinched. This trainer on the other side must be so mad. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. 2 paralyzes and a flinch. Flinch again. Nope. Now, this guy is probably gonna have recover. I think he does get it. I don't see it, so he might not. He has recycle, but I don't see recover. I'm just gonna keep on going. Hopefully we'll... He's about half. Oh my god, this trainer must be so mad. I'd be livid right now if this happened to me. Barry? Flinch couldn't move. Shook off the taunt. No Barry. I don't see recover. Nope. None. Psychic. Finally gets to an attack after I don't know how many turns. We're gonna taunt him just so that he can't do anything special. No protects. He has safeguard. He can have like hypnosis. That's how we called it. We called it. No hypnosis for you. Battle was canceled. Oh my god. He got so unlucky. Oh my god. You guys can't see, but I'm smiling up a storm right now. That was so unlucky. It's like, oh, paralyzed? Oh, now you're just flinched. Oh, you're paralyzed again? Oh, now you're just flinched. For 6 whole turns. And then you couldn't use anything else after that because of taunt every other turn. Bro. All right, next match is up. We've got, ooh, a Water Ogerpon, Urshifu, Sinistcha, Monkey Dory, Hisuian Gudra, and Hisuian Arcanine. Okay, so this would be like a really, really good, you know, stall team. It's still really good, don't get me wrong, but I think Rillaboom would have been a really good choice here, but Sinistcha replacing him might have been like the best choice. Throw that out there. He is Grass Ghost, so he will have to tear it to something else to not get one-shotted, and it seems like everyone goes normal for some reason. It's really, really interesting and weird, but I love it. At the same time, it's really, really cool. I'm gonna walk in with Qian Pao Great Tusk. They don't have anyone that's really gonna really step up their game as per like doing like a ton of damage or what is it, Trick Room. So I'm just gonna have to make them play with the speed tier. And actually, we're gonna reverse that. I'm gonna bring in Tornadus first because of the fact that he has Leer, which is gonna drop their defenses. Great Tusk, Gyarados, and Qian Pao. We'll leave Fluttermane and Amoonguss in the back. I just keep wanting to say Iron Hands. I just see him all over the place. I just like Iron Hands, Iron Hands. Everyone is just, everyone's Iron Hands. Even the picture, just Iron Hands. Alrighty, let's see what happens. Goodra and Arcanine. It's gonna drop our stats one stage here. But I think I'll equal it out when I do the Leer. But I can also taunt the Goodra. Now, Arcanine could use Will-O-Wisp here, which if that ever hits Great Tusk, I'm in trouble. So what I think I'm going to do is taunt the Goodra, swap out my Great Tusk for Arcanine? Not Arcanine. Gyarados? Wow. Water Arcanine. To drop their attacks one stage so that we kind of even ourselves out. Taunt. So the Goodra cannot do Shelter, Acid, or anything like that. Rock Blast goes over to the Tornadus. Is that Rocky? Not Rocky Helmet. Is that Loaded Die? One more? I think that's Loaded Die. Okay. It's not always a guarantee, but it does set sets us up with a clue of what that could be. Goodra cannot use Shelter. Kind of foresaw that. So now I do not have Tailwind. I do not have what's it called? I do not have Tailwind. I also do not have anything among those lines. Rock Slide would be really, really good here for the Arcanine. Maybe the possible stun. I could go for the Earthquake, which would hurt both of them at the same time and does nothing to Gyarados. And that seems what I'm going to be doing here. And I'm going to Waterfall. You know, well, if he attacks before me, I think Arcanine's faster than I am. I'm just going to go straight into the Arcanine. With your Goodra, that's a good call. Ogerpon. It was water. Okay. Earthquake. So it doesn't affect the Gyarados, but it will hit the Arcanine. Arcanine goes down. Water Absorb from the Ogerpon from Gyarados. That's interesting. Water Absorb? Let's go. Okay, Urshifu comes up and it is a Rapid Strike. Nope. Nope, that's Single Strike. That's a Single Strike Urshifu. And I'm going to have to play this. Really, really interesting. Sucker Punch is going to be a thing. And I would like to swap out my thing. Who is a bigger threat here? Probably Ogerpon. I'm going to paralyze him. Great Tusk uses Earthquake. Does nothing to the Gyarados. But it will do half. Not just like a quarter to everything else on the field. Ivy Cudgel onto the Great Tusk, which is going to knock it out, unfortunately. Even if I teared him there, it wouldn't have saved him. Wicked Blow to the Gyarados. Boop. And with the crit, drops him to half. Rocks the Citrus Berry. Goes right back up to the green. And Thunder Wave over to him. So he does outspeed Gyarados. Ogerpon. Just keep that in mind. So now we'll bring out Chin Pao. Okay, so what should I do here? Wicked Blow is a dark attack. Right? It's a dark attack, it's not fighting. So I'm trying to decide whether or not I should go Terra Steel or Terra Flying. I think Terra Steel might be better. Sucker Punch into the Urshifu? Yeah, Sucker Punch into the Urshifu. And Protect on Gyarados. We'll go back. Yeah, no, we'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. I don't know what he's going to plan. Detect on Urshifu, which is a good call. Sucker Punch will fail. Protect on the Gyarados. Follow me for the Ogerpon. That's interesting. So that's just to prevent, like, other moves being used, I guess. Well, it's to get water absorbed on that side, so obviously we want to try to prevent that. Sucker Punch. Oh, let's protect. Protect and taunt. We're gonna taunt the Ogerpon so he can't use Follow Me, and if he drags anyone over there, then I'll be able to do with that. Close combat will go through the protect for the Chien-Pao, so Unseen Fist does get him down to Sash, which may end up killing Chien-Pao now. But he is paralyzed, so maybe not. Taunt will go into Ogerpon slot. With the Water Absorb, I can't really hit him with anything. Horn Leech will then get Gyarados down to 9 HP. Such a good move. Okay. Terra. If I would have did Terra Flying before, I would have lived with a little bit more health, but unfortunately that's not going to work. Sucker Punch. And honestly, the game's over, so Thunder Wave. I don't have Shell Bell. I don't really have anyone else that it can switch into, like, heal or take a little bit more hits. I can't use trainer items, thankfully. Although that might be like a really cool gimmick that they could do. Like, we have like our own item that we can have. That'd be dope. Sucker Punch over to the Ogerpon. Oh, it failed. That one failed at least. Thunder Wave over to the Urshifu. So Urshifu is now paralyzed. Ogerpon, please get paralyzed. Nope. Horn Leech. It's a little bit more HP. I might be able to pull this if I could do the following. Please paralyze, Ogerpon. Please paralyze. You can't do anything, you're taunted. You have to attack. Please paralyze. Ice Spinner into Urshifu. Gets the KO. Please paralyze. Oh, dang it. I was really hoping, guys, that was my only win condition. If paralyze went off, I would be able to attack the next turn with no problem. I think Spiky Shield would have been able to been accessed like the next turn, but it was a good match. Oh, he still had one more in the back. Oh, dang it. I thought that was it. No. Oh, no. All right, next match. We've got Chien-Pao. Annihilate, Ogerpon, grass, so it's teal. Hisuian, Gudra, Gengar, and Garganacl. Who should I bring in here? Well, there's going to be a lot of physical attackers, and I kind of want to bring in Tornadus again for the Leer, and he's going to do a lot of damage to the Ogerpon too. Don't think it's going to do anything to Garganacl, but I don't really have an answer for Garganacl. Well, I think I kind of do. Let's see. I do have something for Garganacl, but this is a little bit more of a weird setup for me. Okay, so we'll bring in Tornadus. Well, Defiant. Fluttermane, Amoonguss, and yeah, Chien-Pao. I don't like, I have type advantage, but I also don't want to bring out Intimidators because that could be a problem. So we do have obviously Annihilate and Hisuian Gudra out on that side of the field. Question becomes, what do I want to do? could swap to maybe Amoonguss to be able to survive a couple of hits and not have to worry about getting knocked out right away. I will Bleak Wind, and I'll swap to Amoonguss to kind of slow the game down if I can. I don't know if Annihilape is going to have Vital Spirit or Defiant, which is why I didn't bring in Gyarados. I didn't want to raise his stats even more, and it could be a bulk upset. I don't know. Oh, Bleak Wind does a little bit of damage to the Hisuian Goodra, but it does a lot to the Annihilape. Annihilape does Rage Fist. We'll go into the Amoonguss. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Iron Head will also go into that slot. Also doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but a lot more than I was expecting it to. Holy cow. Holy shnikes. Okay, so now Bleak Wind again, and I will protect on the Amoonguss to maybe get them to switch. I don't get to Spore, but they're definitely faster than I am, so I don't want him to get knocked out. I don't want to switch into someone that I don't want to. Bleak Wind goes off, misses someone. Hits the Annihilape. I really wanted it to hit the Annihilape, but apparently Rage Fist into the Protect. We don't have to worry about that. But I did leave Goodra alone. Maybe the... Oh, goes doubled into that slot. All right, that's really, really interesting. I thought you would go for like a Shelter or like Acid Armor or something, but maybe you're thinking that I would do the switch in. It isn't like a bad option at all. It's not a bad option at all. Like either way, let's see. Terra Water Spore into the Goodra. I can't swap out my Amoonguss. The moves that they have set, perhaps ready to go, it would instantly knock out anyone that I brought out. So Amoonguss is kind of like on its own right now, which is really, really unfortunate. So I'm hoping Terra Water will help it. Bleak Wind Snowworm hits both. Annihilape does go down. What are you gonna do, Goodra? What you gonna do? Huh? Iron Head straight to the Amoonguss slot. Doesn't do any much damage because it is a water type, but Spore. Are you serious? Spore triggers Sap Sipper? What? That's hilarious. That's so funny. Ogerpon comes out now. Yay. Wow. All right. That's a really good offensive. I wasn't expecting that at all, actually. That's so funny. Now, Ogerpon is definitely going to be doing some major damage over to Amoonguss, and I think they're going to go for the Terra for Ogerpon. Is it? Yep. And here comes the Teal Man himself. Bap. It's a cool looking mask. This is defense, right? Speed. So speed goes up one stage. I will protect. I don't think it'll outspeed Tornadus, but if it does, it does. Absolutely does. Okay, so that's good to know. Bleak Wind will miss Ogerpon, but it will hit the Goodra. The wrong Pokemon I wanted to hit. Body Slam over to the Amoonguss. Wow, they're just targeting to that Amoonguss, man. Like, they're just like, I don't want you here. I don't want you. I don't. Nope. 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 He's just hanging out, man. They're just completely ignoring Tornadus. I love this, but at the same time, this is terrifying. Ogerpon is definitely going to outspeed Amoonguss. I'm just kind of weighing my options. Do I really want to put anything towards Tornadus or not? I'm just going to Bleak Wind. I'm going to continue what I've been doing. Pollen Puff to Ogerpon. Let's see what happens. Ivy Cudgel is going to hit Amoonguss. We'll get the KO, but again, that's all that I could really do. Amoonguss had to stay out there because there was nothing I could do to save the next Pokemon coming in after him. So just like Bleak Wind will hit both, and we'll almost get the one-hit KO off of Ogerpon, but does not. drops the speed one stage, so now there's normal, and body slam goes into the Tornadus, and it's like, it's not too bad. Like, it does consider amount of damage, but it's not game breaking. It doesn't do what you think it does. Now I could Bleak Wind. Actually, I'm gonna Leer to lower down their defenses, and I'm gonna Sucker Punch. Oh wait, well, I'm gonna Bleak Wind. And then I want to Sucker Punch the... Sucker Punch... Yeah, I'm going to Sucker Punch the Goodra. Spiky Shield goes up. Oof. Good thing I didn't Ice Spinner into that slot. Sucker Punch goes into Hisuian and Goodra. Please hit Bleak Wind. Please hit both, not both targets, but just hit. It does. Oh. Hisuian Goodra goes down. He wasn't taunted. Like, I left him alone the entire game. All that damage was pretty much Bleak Winds. It's hilarious, by the way. Okay, now Garganacl does hit the field. So Garganacl is a very weird Pokemon that I will have to deal with. We're going to taunt. Well, does Purifying Salts prevent? Actually, it probably does. That probably does prevent it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do that. And Ruination that slot altogether. Ruination misses Garganacl. Bleak Wind Storm misses Garganacl, but does hit the Ogerpon. He goes down. Thankfully, he doesn't come back. If you guys haven't played the DLC, you have to fight Ogerpon like 4 or 5 times. Salt Cure goes into Tornadus, which unfortunately will knock him out. Now I can bring in Fluttermane. And Fluttermane is free to do whatever she pleases. We're going to go ahead and Moonblast. And I'm going to Ruination. Obviously, it's going to protect. I think Chien-Pao gets taunt. I think another person with taunt would be cool. That way I don't have to use like Gyarados or Tornadus to do it all the time. But Ruination went first, and then it went over to the Fluttermane, which is really, really interesting. Moonblast, and we'll do it again. 50-50. Ruination goes first and misses. Of course it does. Why it misses twice? Come on, bro. The Moonblast goes right into that slot. Salt Cure will go into the Chien-Pao. Does a little bit of damage, but it's that dot damage that comes in afterwards. That's the problem. Now, he does have Recover, but I'm literally sitting here spamming to drop his HP by 50% with Ruination. Because, like, if he does recover, he's going to heal up for quite a bit. Ruination's going to take him down to where it's actually feasible, and the Moonblast will finish it off. Which is exactly what the strat is for the beginning of the series, which is Chien-Pao attacks first, whoever his partner Pokemon attacks second, and that was the entire strat the entire time. So, it working this way is perfect. So, Ruination finally goes off. I mean, it doesn't really matter now, but here comes the Moonblast right after that. Knock out the Pokemon. Booyah. We got this dub. Let's go. That was a really good match. All right, our final match of the day. We've got Gardevoir, Gallade, Mungus, Scizor, Talonflame, and Raichu. So, priority, wide guard, and a really good defender, which is, you know, Gardevoir. She's a really good setup Pokemon. Amogus to slow the game down, and then we have fake out user Raichu. So a lot of good things here to note, but we do have to watch out for Scizor quite a bit. And now I don't know if Scizor is built normally with like the bullet punch, like physical attacker, or it could have Tailwind. We did run into one of those, so that was pretty neat. But in this respect, we've got quite a bit that we have to deal with. Now Gallade is fighting, I think Psychic might be fighting Fairy, which is really interesting. Gardevoir is Psychic Fairy, so Chien-Pao would be able to take out quite a bit. We do have a lot of physical attackers on that team, so I think Gyarados should come out first. Tornadus, Gyarados, Chien-Pao, and Great Tusk will be my setup. That way we have counters for the majority of their side, and we do have people that we could swap into so that we're not knocked out right away. Like Bullet Punch. That's a steel type move. We swap out to like Gyarados to drop its attack, and we don't take as much damage because water is resistant to steel. So there's that whole thing. Now, if Amoonguss comes out, I do have to target it down a little bit. Oh, he's already out, so that's interesting. But here, we have Scizor right away, like, to deal with it. But we also have Amoonguss that we can deal with right away as well. We could automatically go with the taunt with Tornadus to stop the Spore from the Amoonguss, and then we can get set up with other things after that. So we'll do that, taunt there, and I'm going to Thunder Wave the Scizor. Kind of get paralyzed to kind of slow down the game a little bit, or at least give me a fair chance. Even though they've got priority moves, they're not going to be able to outspeed me as much, or maybe get the paralyzed. So it's about 50% chance. So taunt goes into the Amoonguss. No more Spore for you. No Rage Powder. None of that. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thunder Wave goes into the Scizor. So are you the Tailwind set? Because you didn't do priority. Cannot Spore and Swords Dance. Okay. So the two stages is going to be pretty good. So maybe Leer. Maybe Leer. Would Leer help here? That would drop his defense one stage. Yeah, we'll give it a try. We'll Leer and hit the Scizor with the Waterfall. I do outspeed it, so unless it's doing something different. Brings in the Raichu. Floats in the air due to the air balloon. Leer. No priority Bullet Punch so far. Unless it comes out now. Bullet Punch will go into the Tornadus. Will survive, but here comes the Waterfall, and your -1 defense. Drops you by half. Do have Great Tusk. Great Tusk would be beneficial here, so I think I'm going to do that. And I'm going to Waterfall Scizor again. Bring back Tornadus. I could Leer again to drop their defenses one more stage, but I don't think it's going to really matter too much. We'll bring out Great Tusk so that we have that switch-in option. Scizor is going to protect, which is totally fine. But I'm 4 times weak against Lightning. Here comes the Discharge. Does nothing to Great Tusk because he is ground. Will hit the Gyarados. Does not get the KO off, but does quite a bit of damage regardless. And Gyarados uses Waterfall, which unfortunately does nothing. Now, because Raichu is using that air balloon, I'm going to have to use a Rock Slide, and I'm going to protect with the Gyarados. Just to kind of give it a little bit more health. A little bit more ability to live. Here comes Bullet Punch into the Great Tusk. It's not enough to get the KO. But here comes the Rock Slide, which will get the KO. Does not get the KO, even at -1? That's interesting. Raichu flinch, couldn't move. That's cool. Yeah, we'll hit there. Maybe swap out for Chien-Pao? No, we won't. We'll bring out the Tornadus again. We'll go ahead and let Tornadus go down. He can't knock out Great Tusk. The only thing that Scizor can do right now is protect and try to survive one more turn. But if he continues to do that route, I will then be able to switch in and lower down their attacks further. But I just need to I need to save Gyarados now. He needs to get off the field. Like, he is really, really useful because a lot of the team that they have right now is physical attackers, except for that Raichu. And I need to preserve him because he might need to be my win condition. Couldn't move because paralyzed. Oh, there you go. That bullet punch is paralyzed. So here comes that double KO that I was looking for the last round. I'm surprised Raichu lived with a -1 defense. Now, I know that's not a stab like Rock Slide, but that was still a huge attack from Great Tusk. Amoonguss comes right back out. And Gallade comes out now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and Rock Slide continuously. We're going to taunt the Amoonguss, so no more spores for you. And I'm hoping that we get the flinch for the first turn. So what is your plan? What's your idea? What are you going to do? I don't think Gallade outspeeds any Pokemon on my side. He's definitely not outspeeding Great Tusk. He's Scarfed. His speed's like 220 something. Like, not a lot of Pokemon outspeed him. Like, Fluttermane and Iron Bundle would. Scarfed. Not Scarf, but, I mean, yeah, Scarf would do that. Wide Guard, so it does prevent the Rock Slide. That's good, but I am definitely going to taunt. So, yeah, he's not going to do anything. Rock Slide's going to prevent a lot of damage, though, so I will have to, unfortunately, switch out the Great Tusk because he's locked into Rock Slide. I can't do anything more with him. And Amoonguss can't Spore. So we're going to bring out Gyarados now. Question is, are you going to Wide Guard again? Actually, I'm going to taunt you next. Switch out Great Tusk to bring in Gyarados. Now, Amoonguss cannot do any setup moves. So it could struggle for 2 turns. It'll Wide Guard, which is totally fine. So you prevent that, but I'm going to taunt you so you can't do that next turn. And Pollen Puff will go into the Tornadus, which is unfortunately going to knock it out. Again, that's totally fine, though, because Tornadus has more than done his job at this point. Chien-Pao will now come in. And now we can get a little bit more comfortable. We're going to Thunder Wave the Gallade. And I'm going to change Terra Flying and hit the Amoonguss with Ice Spinner. I thought about changing Chien-Pao's Terra from like Flying to maybe Ghost to ignore the attacks from like Iron Hands and stuff like that, but taking half damage is not like a bad option either. They're also going to Terra, and it's going to go to the Amoonguss. Nope, Gallade. Okay. Change it to... Oh. Oh. Okay. I mean, that could be Solar Blade. Don't get me wrong. That's still good, but he just pretty much opened himself up for a whooping. Oh, it's Leaf Blade. Here we go. Over to the Gyarados. Yeah, that's gonna kill him. That's okay. Pollen Puff. Yeah. Heals up a little bit due to the leftovers. And he shook off the taunt. I don't think it matters now. I think the Gallade is still taunted, though. So I'll check real quick to make sure. He's still taunted for 2 more turns. So Rock Slide, and I'm just gonna Ice Spinner into that slot. Amoonguss could protect now. Oh! Quick Claw. Dope. Protect. Leaf Blade. Probably gonna go over, yep, to the Great Tusk. It is gonna get the KO. That's totally fine. I did Ice Spinner right into the Gallade slot. It should be enough to knock it out. Yep, there it goes. This game's ours, guys. We did it. I was setting up to where I can leave it up for interpretation to where I could have a win condition with both Great Tusk and Qian Pao. I would be able to knock out the Amoonguss because it protected last turn. It can go for the double protect now, but it's probably not going to get anywhere. It can't Spore before I attack, which means I'm going to take the victory. But I was going to leave it up to where it's like, okay, well, if you do attack and you do nothing to the Great Tusk, I will hit you first. Now, Great Claw coming up in the item slot is pretty interesting. Even if you're paralyzed, down 2 speed, whatever, Great Claw says you attack first. It's like having priority with like a, what, 25% chance to proc? So the match that we are dealing with today is going to be Regieleki, Iron Thorns. I think that's what his name is. Iron Jugulis, Dipplin, Thundurus, and Iron Thorns. Wait, no, Iron Moth. Iron Moth. I know Pokemon types, I swear. We will have to deal with some Trick Room shenanigans. I don't think Thundurus is going to have it, but Paralyze is going to be huge in this match. But Iron Moth does have access to Tailwind, and so does Iron Jugulis. I can clearly see that this is going to be like a team that's going to take full advantage of electric terrain. I think Regieleki can use it, and that's going to activate Quark Drive for 3 out of the 6 Pokemon. So for that, we're going to open up with Tornadus, Great Tusk, that way we can withstand different attacks. Gyarados to be able to maybe offset some attacks. I mean, Iron Thorns is going to be the one that I'm going to be worried about the most. And I kind of want to bring in Flutter Mane, but I don't know if it's going to do anything. But I'll bring it in anyway. Because Qian Pao, I don't think it's going to be really helpful here. And Amoonguss definitely isn't going to be very helpful here. I mean, it does offset some typings, but a lot of these Pokemon are going to be carrying some heat. Iron Moth especially is going to be doing a lot of damage to our Pokemon. So we have Thundurus and Iron Jugulis. So with this particular matchup, we're going to want to do Taunt to get the Thundurus out of the way, and then we're going to Rock Slide to hopefully get the flinches. Taunt, I'm hoping will go on to Thundurus so that we stop the Paralyze. It's not going to really hurt Great Tusk at all because he is part ground and he can't be. But I'm hoping that it stops everything else as well. So Taunt went off. No Mental Herb. Cannot use the electric terrain after the Taunt. Here comes the Rock Slide, which is definitely going to do something. Pops the Citrus Berry off the Thundurus. So he gets right on the electric terrain. And Hyper Voice goes off on the Iron Jugulis. And that is a... Ooh, that would have done a lot if we weren't careful. We're going to go ahead and hit them with the Leer. And then Rock Slide again. They're probably going to swap or do something different. Swapping would probably be the best thing to save this Thundurus so that you can use it, or if that's your strategy. But they withdrew Iron Jugulis to bring out Dipplin. That is going to lower our... Ooh, that's a shiny one. That's dope looking. It's going to lower our evasion. So Leer drops their defenses 1 stage. This should knock out the Thundurus now. Rock Slide will KO him. Does nothing to the Dipplin, but the Dipplin did switch in for this turn. I believe I still have the reins of doing good. Iron Jugulis comes out now. Now I could Tailwind, or it could swap. I don't know what Diplin's going to do. He is weak against my own attacks. I think I'm going to Leer again and just keep going with the not headlong rush, but the weakness with the rock slide. And hopefully get some flinches in. They're going to Terra. It's going to be the Iron Jegulus. And that Terra is going to be dark. So Leer isn't going to hurt Iron Jegulus at all. But I will drop the stage to Diplin. And he's going to prevent a lot of damage to Iron Jegulus, which is not going to KO him. Hyper Voice does come out, and it will not KO the Great Tusk, but it does a lot of damage. Brings him down to 4. Pollen Puff will then heal the Iron Jegulus. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Bleak Wind and Rock Slides. Hyper Voice is a special attack, I believe. Because that's what Sylveon uses, so I'm led to believe with that. Still, that's a lot of damage. Withdrew Diplin. Good idea, for one. Bring out Iron Thorns, who is also going to be taking advantage of their own Rock Glide shenanigans. Does barely any damage to either one, but here comes the Bleak Wind Storm, which does not take down the Iron Jegulus, but it is a double knockout on their side of the field, for sure. Jegulus couldn't move. Let's go. Okay, we'll do it again. Yep, we'll just do it again. Jegulus, are you going to swap out? Are you going to Hyper Voice again? Or are you not going to do anything? I don't know what you're going to do. Right now, I am set for gold. Rock Slide goes out. Misses Iron Thorns. Hits the Jegulus and knocks him out. Goodbye. And there goes your Terra type. I haven't Terra'd yet. And here comes the Bleak Wind. One target. Still does not so much. But it does drop his speed one stage. Rock Slide of his own. It's definitely going to take out my Pokemon for sure. 100%. Question is Steel weak against Rock? I don't think that they are. I think that it's going to be weaker. But since that's a physical Pokemon, I'm definitely going to bring out Gyarados. And we're definitely going to be doing some damage here. And they bring out Diplin, the Gourmet. God, I love the fact that it's shiny. That's a golden apple. That's dope. I hope everyone gets a golden apple. And up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Thunder Wave. It will hurt the Iron Horns quite a bit. We're going to Terra to go to Steel. And I'm going to hit the Iron Thorns. And then we could go to the Moonblast. We'll go with the double. We'll go with the spread move. Again, I don't know what Rock Slide's going to do to a Steel type Pokemon, so we're hoping that it does really well. But I also do not want to make it so that if I did it with Flutter Mane, that it gets one-shotted. So that's what I want to try to prevent. So Dazzling Gleam goes first. We'll knock out the Diplin. Leaves Iron Thorns weaker than before. The Waterfall goes into that slot, and it will get the KO. I believe we won the match. Yep. That was interesting. That was totally interesting. I totally called it with the electric terrain, though. That was a good call. All right, next match up, we've got Basculin Legion, Serena, Pelipper, Sinistcha, Sneasler, I think that's what you call them, and Thundurus. So, Rain team that's going to be taking complete control over Paralyze and all of that shiznaz. So, we're going to have to worry about that. And we're going to have negative priority because Serena's going to use Queenly Majesty. We're going to have to play around that just a little bit. Now, with that being said, we're going to have to figure out which is going to be the best course of action. We're going to need to bring in Tornadus for sure. Maybe start with Great Tusk, because if it is, you know, Thunderous, if we do get like the taunt off and it does have a mental herb, it's not going to be able to paralyze right away. But we do have to worry about Basquiat Legion as well becoming like better. So we're going to have to shut down Pelipper as fast as possible, if that's even possible at all. Gyarados to lower down attacks. That's probably going to happen with the Basquiat Legion. It's going to be minus quite a bit, and we'll bring in the Amoonguss so that we can slow down the fight. We're not going to bring in a Chien-Pao because I don't want to get stuck with the Serena using Quinley Majesty, which is going to shut down a lot of priority moves used on them. Although I don't have a lot, I still don't want to get caught by using like Sucker Punch in that slot. I would much rather Taunt or Thunder Wave to lower down their speed as much as possible. I can't read any of those, but it looks like we open up with Thunderous and Pelipper versus Great Tusk and Tornadus. Okay, so I do have a little bit of an issue here, obviously. I could Taunt, or I can go for the Tailwind. If they go for the Tailwind first, next turn they're going to outspeed me. I'm not going to be able to outspeed them. But I do have a problem with that Seed Seer thing already. So I could swip into Amoonguss and hope for the Rock Slide and see if that'll do damage, but then I leave Great Tusk in danger, pretty much. So I think what I do is just Leer and then go for the Rock Slide and hope for the double flinch. Drop their defense one stage. Rock Slide, hits both. Drops them to half or a little more than half. When Bolt Storm is 100%, it does not affect the Great Tusk. It will not take out the Tornadus. Gets really, really close though. And here comes the Tailwind on their side, which just doubles their speed. Okay, so now I have to use Tailwind, and I'm just going to use Rock Slide again. They're perfectly in range for me to maybe get a critical here to maybe KO. But I'm definitely going to be surviving one or two more turns. Rock Slide hits both, does not get the double KO, leaves them with 1 HP apiece. Citrus Berry activates on the Thunderous. Nothing activates so far for the Pelipper. Windseer Storm comes in, does nothing to Great Tusk, but does injure our Tornadus quite a bit. And what does Pelipper do now? Hurricane? Flinch could not move. It does nothing. Doesn't do a single thing. Gyarados comes in on my side of the field, lowering down their attacks one stage. At this time, I don't think it really matters. Gyarados is gonna I want to say it's gonna protect, but I don't know. Yeah, it's going to protect and Rock Slide. Now they could do the double switch or just switch into maybe save someone in their strat. The Pelipper especially would probably be one that I would swap out now if I could. If I don't have anyone to switch in, I would just get the free switch and let both of my Pokemon go down and hope that I take the victory with the last two Pokemon that I have in the back. It'd be still a 2-3 fight, but it would be what I would do. Protect goes off on the Gyarados. Do they protect? Pelipper protects. That should have happened like last turn, honestly. Scary Face drops my Great Tusk speed by half, but I don't think it really matters anymore. Rock Slide goes off, does not hit the Pelipper. Does it hit the... Yep, does hit the Thunderous, and it is going to drop him. Thank you. Thank you, Great Tusk. Now they should have one more turn of Trick Room. Not Trick Room, Tailwind. Speed control, speed boost, double speed. Basquiat Legion comes out now and he's got double. So I'm going to go ahead and Thunder Wave the Basquiat Legion, and I'm going to swap the Amoonguss out. Or swap the Great Tusk to Amoonguss so that I get my speed back. Because their Tailwind is going to go away. And I have mine for one additional turn. Flip turn. hits the Amoonguss. Doesn't do a whole lot, but, you know, nice try. You're going to come out with another Pokemon that's going to get Thunder Wave, though. 100%. And it's Serena. Thunder Wave into Serena. Cannot move. Hurricane onto the Amoonguss. Just gonna do a lot, but it survives, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. Now your Tailwind is gone. Gyarados is gonna go ahead and hit. Nope, not hit the Pelipper. I don't think that's gonna be the thing. I think I'm gonna swap. Yeah, I'm gonna swap the Great Tusk, and I'm gonna protect. Could I protect? Should I protect? That's a better question. Should I protect? Yes, I am. I'm gonna protect. Gyarados come back. Bring out the Great Tusk. Protect on the Amoonguss. Pelipper protects. Kind of foresaw that as an option. Knockoff goes over to the Amoonguss. And it's not going to do anything. Alright, healed because of leftovers, and my team's Tailwind is now gone as well. Now I could go Rage Powder. Have everyone focus their attention on the Amoonguss right over here. Instead of switching out, because I thought about that. Rage Powder, and then have the Rock Slide come out to do the damage that I would like it to do. I do outspeed everyone on the field right now. Someone avoided it. It was the Pelipper. Why the Pelipper? Hurricane hits the Amoonguss, which is totally fine. That's what Rage Powder is supposed to do. Flinch. Please flinch. 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 Nope. Knock off. It does take out the Choice Scarf. Okay. So now we'll Intimidate. I'm gonna just Rock Slide again. And I'm going to Thunder Wave. Not Thunder Wave, but it's gonna protect. But I was attacking the Pelipper with Waterfall. Rock Slide kicks in. Does a little bit of damage to Serena. Waterfall comes in, hits the Pelipper. Doesn't do a whole lot because it protects. Drop kick. Hits the Great Tusk. It does drop its attack though, one stage. It is super effective. I think I'm gonna change it to fire. That way I don't have to worry about it. Alright, let's hit this thing. I don't know if they've terrored yet. I don't remember. I think that they have. But again, I don't remember. They withdrew the Pelipper, so it's going to be Bascule Legion. Because I think that's all that they have. They just have 3 Pokemon left. I'm going to make so that Drop Kick doesn't do a lot to me anymore. That was still like a good hit. So I'm going to make it like do less damage. But I do have to worry about Flip Turn now. So I'm hoping that I just do a lot of damage now. Rock Slide goes out. Hits both Pokemon. Critical hit on the Serena. And, ooh, a decent hit to the Bascule Legion. Drop Kick does very little now. Drops my attack 1 stage, though. And the rain has stopped. So they have -1. And I have -2. We'll just continue on with that, and I'll Thunder Wave the Bascule Legion. I'm not doing a whole lot of damage, but I'm preventing them from being able to hit me consistently, hopefully through the paralyzes. Since Spore is no longer able to be used, withdrew Basculegion. Who's trying to save the Pelipper so that they can get the double speed for the rain. So that I understand that 100%, but they might have messed themselves up here. Because now Pelipper goes down. The Thunder Wave goes into the Serena, which unfortunately doesn't do a whole lot because it's already paralyzed. And it's flinched. That's dope. I like that. I like that a lot. Now the Basculegion comes out with max speed investment, so it's going to be really, really fast. I'm hoping to survive at least one turn, but we'll see. I think it has last resorts too. It might. If it does, then I don't think I have this game, but we'll see. Wave Crash. That's a lot of damage to the Great Tusk, especially in the rain. And hit by the recoil. That's a lot of damage. Thunder Wave. So now it's half its speed. So I might be able to outspeed it now. Might be in the keyword. Knock off from the Serena. It's going to knock off my Citrus Berry, which is totally fine. We're going to hit off, or we're going to hit the Basculegion. Yep, last respects. Boop. Oh, drops me to 4. Oh, literally 1 HP drop kick. Boom. Last respects, man. It's so strong. It's a stab move too for Basculegion because he's dark. Not dark, but ghost. Good game. Good game. I thought I had it with Thunder Wave, but as soon as I Terra'd Great Tusk, it was over. It was like the best option I had, but he had a water type, two water types. I might have been able to survive a little bit longer if I did something else with the Amoonguss, but there wasn't anything I could do. I could Terra it, but it was already weak and wanted to deal with. All right, next match is ready to go. We got Scizor, Tornadus, Chien-Pao, Fire Ogerpon, Fluttermane, and Sinistcha. So we will have to worry about possibly Tornadus doing his thing first. So we'll bring in our Tornadus. We're not going to bring in Fluttermane because he's going to get knocked out by the Scizor absolutely with anything that we try to do. We could walk in with our own Chien-Pao and see what happens, but there's a lot of physical attackers on that team. There's 3. It's 3-3. Never mind. I'm wrong on that. Yeah, we'll bring in Chien-Pao, Gyarados, and Great Tusk. We'll leave Amoonguss and Fluttermane in the back. I would bring in Amoonguss, but I don't think he's really going to make a huge amount of leeway here. So I'm just going to do my best with the team that I've got. And I definitely didn't want to bring in Fluttermane because Fluttermane may or may not be knocked out by Scizor. And that's a huge undertaking. So we have Ogerpon and Tornadus on their side versus my Chien-Pao and my Tornadus. So that's a Fire Tornadus, or a Fire Ogerpon, so I do have to swap out mine. I mean, I could Terra him, right, to make it less effective to whatever could come out of this. I do have to be really weary about the Tornadus on that side of the field. So I'm going to taunt Terra into Ice Spinner into that slot because I need Chien-Pao to survive more than one attack. And yeah, he's got Focus Sash, so he'll survive one attack unless they double into that slot, in which he won't. I doubt he'll survive 2 attacks from both of these guys, but Taunt will go off first into their Tornadus. Does it have Mental Herb? He does. Okay, shook off the Taunt using the Mental Herb. Ice Spinner will go right into that slot. So I don't know what he used, but it was not Tailwind. It was not Taunt. It was an attack. I'm assuming he was going to double up into that, which is exactly what was going to happen. Ooh. Chien Pao is still standing strong, but definitely needs to leave the field now. Definitely. Scizor comes out on their side of the field, which is dope. We're going to go ahead and Bleak Wind. And I'm going to swap out to Gyarados. So now I put a lot of pressure on that side of the field. And if they decide to Terra Ogerpon, he's going to get a +1 from that Terra. And then he's going to get a -1 from Gyarados. So he's going to be neutral by the end of the fight. At least this exchange. I can only hope if... that he doesn't play directly to what I'm thinking of what I'm going to do. Because I could have easily protected there and just waited. But I'm definitely going to be like lowering down people's like offense. So Scizor is now going to do less damage now. So here comes the Terra. It's probably going to be the Ogerpon. It is. Here comes the fire. So he gets a fire, an attack boost. And now he's just neutral attack, which is great. Bullet Punch into the Gyarados does nothing because it's Gyarados. Scizor loses a little bit of HP due to Life Orb. And then Bleak Wind Storm comes in and deals a little bit of damage as well. And then here comes the Ivy Cudgel that is fire type now. Goes right into the Tornadus. Does get the one-hit KO. So I'll go ahead and bring out my Great Tusk. And Great Tusk is going to do what Great Tusk does and follows beyond or behind. Well, it is a stab if he does it. Do I want the stab or do I want the off stab? I want the stab. I want the stab. That's what I want. I want that. I'm gonna waterfall the Scizor. That's what I want. Withdrew Ogerpon to take less damage from the earthquake that's about to come out. We'll bring out the Flutter Mane instead. Good job. Booster Energy is activated, and its special attack was heightened. Here comes the earthquake from the Scarfed. Great Tusk, it does not knock it out, but Waterfall comes in and hits the Scizor, which will knock it out. Absolutely. Because Gyarados is flying, it does not touch him whatsoever. So now we're 3-2. I think that's what it is. Ogerpon comes out, and he will get his +1 to attack back. So it's no longer neutral. And I will Earthquake again, and I will Waterfall the Flutter Mane, just so that I'm not walking into a Spiky Shield. And Flutter Mane does not outspeed Great Tusk. He's Scarfed. That thing was Booster Energy with special attack being heightened. So I get that it's like trying to save itself by swapping out so that it takes a little bit more damage. But they totally squandered that opportunity that they had. Because now I got to knock out both Pokemon. And Gyarados kind of sits there and looks pretty. So, double knockout. Is that the game? No, it is. Dope. That was really easy. Good game nonetheless. All right, next match is up. We've got Cinderace, Enamorus, Tyranitar, Urshifu, Dragonite, and Sinistcha. So we do have a wide assortment of Pokemon here. We do have to worry about T-Tar with his sand thing, right? We do have to worry about that, and we also do have to worry about Enamorus. Now, this is the Therian form. It's still decent in Trick Room. I don't know if they're going to set up Trick Room. I mean, it could set up for priority because they do have Dragonite there, and he's a monster to deal with anyway. I think what we'll do is that we'll open up with Tornadus Fluttermane, bring in the Gyarados, and I want to say the Amoonguss. He might be really, really positive to bring in, but I'm kind of feeling Great Tusk. No, I'll bring in a Chien-Pao. I think that's going to be it. I thought about keeping out Chien-Pao just because he's going to break the sash, but I'm hoping that Chien-Pao will be used more late game than early game when T-Tar's off the field. He is still a little bit of a problem, but we'll do our best to not have to accommodate T-Tar, as he's strong. He's really, really strong. Like him, Iron Thorns is just like him, and put them both in the sand where I think their special defenses are increased. Bro, so tough. Oh, one of my controllers has low battery. That's dope. Okay, so we have Cinderace and Dragonite. Gotcha. So what should I do here? Maybe Terra to save myself from... You know what? I'm just gonna let this happen. I'm just gonna let it go. Bleak Wind into Dazzling Gleam. I mean, that's still a lot of damage, but I don't see an extreme speed come out of this Dragonite. Ooh, almost a 2 KO from that side. Barry gets eaten on Dragonite's side. I think that is Scalp Berry. Thunder Wave goes over to Tornadus. It's okay. It's paralyzed, so it may not move. And Iron Head goes over to the Fluttermane. Changes to a Steel type, and which will knock it out immediately. Totally fine with both that. It's not a big deal at all. Because now Gyarados comes out. Drops an Intimidate on both. And I'm going to Bleak Wind and Waterfall the Dragonite. So it's not bad. Like the speed sweep in the beginning was huge. That was huge. Question is, what am I going to do now? Because my controller's about to die. We have Roost for Dragonite, so he is faster. That's interesting. Iron Head goes right over to the Tornadus. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Waterfall goes right into that Dragonite, drops him. And here comes the Bleak Wind Storm, which will miss some... Nope, both of them. I could already tell. It'll miss both. Let's Tailwind. And I'm going to Thunder Wave the Dragonite. Tailwind. So this is probably a Terra Flying Dragonite. Thunder Wave goes right over onto that slot. Now you can still Roost, you can still do all your things, but I'm definitely making you slower than me. 100%. Iron Head goes right over to the Tornado. Still doesn't knock him out. Gets really, really close though. And he Roosts again to get back a little bit of his HP that he just lost. Oh, okay, never mind. It's more than just a little bit. We'll go ahead and Leer. And I'm going to... Actually, I'm not going to Leer at all. Well, never mind. Never mind both of that. I'm going to Waterfall the Dragonite. Does very little damage. Bleak Wind Storm. Please hit someone. It does. The Dragonite. Still missing that Cinderace. I wish it wasn't, but it still does. Acrobatics. I like how he just kind of stands there. It's like, it's funny. And Dragonite flinched and could not move. Dope. Dope. Alright, Chien-Pao comes out next. And we'll go ahead and just Ice Spinner on the Dragonite, and I'm going to Waterfall the Cinderace. Now I can't switch. Dragonite couldn't move because it's paralyzed. That was probably extreme speed, or it could be protect. I'm assuming that it's extreme speed though. It goes down. And Waterfall goes to Cinderace. Now Cinderace has this really weird move called Port Change, So anything that happens on my side would then appear on their side and vice versa. So keep that in mind if you end up having to play against someone, is if they're like heavily buffing. Like that's huge. That's huge. All right, T-Tar and Enamorous, and I still have my Terra. Ice Spinner. I could go to the Enamorous. Yeah, we'll go into that slot. And I could Thunder Wave. I don't think I have anything to fear from this team particularly. So they're gonna Terra. Probably gonna be the T-Tar. Nope, Enamorous. And your type is now going to be Fairy. Okay. So the Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast, or something like that could hit really, really hard against Qian Pao. Ice Spinner will now go into that slot. Takes it down to half. Waterfall now hits T-Tar. Almost a one-hit KO. T-Tar flinched and could not move. Draining Kiss from the Enamorous. Hits the Qian Pao. Takes it down to 1. And unfortunately, Sand is going to take it down. Which is unfortunate because I really wanted to ignore that. But I'm glad I didn't use the Terra now, because now I could Terra my Gyarados and make so Draining Kiss doesn't do anything to me because I'm resistant to that tech. So I'm just going to get that set up right now. So T-Tar, you can go down or you can protect yourself, but I'm not taking any more damage from that Enamorous. So it's going to have to do something else now. Now I do take away my own typing, so Earthquake will start affecting me. So hopefully it's not faster than me, but I don't think it is. But we'll see. It'll protect, so that's good. Waterfall goes into that protect. And Draining Kiss still hits. I thought I resisted, or I was immune to it. I guess I'm just resistant to it. Huh. Interesting. Hit Waterfall right up to the T-Tar, knocks it out. That was also a crit. That's dope. Earth Power right into the Gyarados. Does not get the KO, but it does lower me down quite a bit. And we've got our Citrus Berry to get us back up. Now let's hope I'm not getting buffed by the sand anymore. So I'm hoping that my extra defense pulls through. We're gonna Paralyze. Earth Power. Nope. I was hoping for the Paralyze. It didn't work. Dang it. Then maybe it should have. Maybe yeah. I was gonna say, like, maybe I shouldn't have used it. Maybe I should have done with the Qian Pao. Maybe I would have survived just a little bit longer. That flinch though was immaculate, and the HP that Enamorous would have absorbed wouldn't have been so much. So that's good to know. It's good to know. All right. Our next and final match of the video is going to be Dragapult, Zoroark. That's Hisuian. Sinistcha, Excalibur, Espeon. That's interesting. And Urshifu. Cool. This is going to be really, really interesting. So we do have a mixed bag of attackers here. We do have, well, is it really like 1, 2, 3, 4 physical attackers, 2 special attackers? So I think it's safe to say that we can bring in Gyarados this time and like do some major damage. But I do have to try to outspeed that Dragapult, and he's going to be really, really hard to counter. So I'm going to bring in Tornadus, Great Tusk, Gyarados. Should I bring in Qian Pao? I don't think he's going to really do anything. Excalibur might be an issue, but yeah, we'll bring in Qian Pao. We'll leave Fluttermane and Amoonguss in the back. Even though those two could slow down or speed up the battle somewhat, I'm already bringing in Tornadus. If I wasn't bringing in Tornadus, then maybe Amoonguss could come in and try to offset a couple of things, but I don't think it's going to really matter due to their type matchups. especially with Sinistra. I don't want to get that swap into something I don't want. So single strike Urshifu and Baxcalibur versus my Tornadus and Great Tusk. Now, I'm gonna immediately want to Leer, Terra, Rock Slide, because I don't want to get hit straight away with an Ice Shard or Glacial Lance. If any of those hit Great Tusk, especially from a Baxcalibur, that's a stab move for him. It's going to do a lot. I got to change it to Fire so I don't get affected as much. Gonna Leer so that the Rock Slides that come out now are going to do a lot of damage. No Sucker Punch from the Urshifu side. I do a lot of damage to both. That's not Urshifu. That's Zoroark. Hyper Voice does a lot of damage, but it's going to survive. Baxcalibur could not move. Leaquin and then Rock Slide for these two, which hopefully will take the game. Ice Shard comes out from the Baxcalibur. Will knock out the Tornadus. That's unfortunate. But he did not target anybody else. Rock Slide comes in and it's going to give the double knockout. So 2 for 1 isn't necessarily like the best, but you did take out my big supporter. Now, if you have someone with like Tailwind or someone in the back that's going to be able to take advantage of that, you are definitely set up a little bit better than I am, but I do have Scarfed Great Tusk with Rock Slide coverage, so we can hope. Here comes Qian Pao on my side of the field. Here comes the real Urshifu, which is a single strike. And Espeon. Okay. Espeon, huh? Well, that does put Great Tusk in a little bit of a downer, so I'm going to swap him. Actually, I swapped the wrong person. Woe is me. Sucker Punch, maybe? The Espeon? Yeah, Sucker Punch the Espeon. I'm thinking that they're going to attack. They could do something else, like Ally Switch or set up like another move, but I'm going to bring out Gyarados to lower down that Urshifu's attack one stage. It's also going to affect Espeon, but not too much. They're going to Terra, and it's going to go straight to that Urshifu, I believe. And nope, it's Espeon. Let's go. All right. Fairy. Okay. Okay. I got the low battery warning again on my controller. Hopefully it doesn't die. Sucker Punch over to the Espeon. Does survive. Dazzling Gleam comes out after that. It's going to hit the Qian Pao for quite a bit. It's going to bring it down to its sash for sure. Gyarados is looking pretty powerful still. And a Wicked Blow from the Gyarados. Oh. Yep, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage there. Oof. Okay. Great Tusk comes out. Comes back out, I should say. I kind of want to do Sucker Punch. I don't know if it's going to do anything, though. It's definitely not going to knock out that Espeon. The only thing is that I'm in range with that Urshifu. I don't think we got this, guys. But I'm going to Sucker Punch the Urshifu, and I've already Terra'd. It's on Great Tusk. And we'll go with the Rock Slide. I mean, like, why not? Sucker Punch over to the Urshifu. Rock Slide next. Does not knock out the Espeon. Does it flinch anybody? Dazzling Gleam? Nope, does not. I was really hoping for the flinch. I could still flinch the Urshifu, maybe. Please? Nope, Wicked Blow. Right in the face. Boom. That was a crit. Not bad. Like, I was really hoping, like, that 2 for 1 in the beginning was not the best, but that Espeon, though, Terra Fairy with that Dazzling Gleam, yep, just wipes my team. Not bad. Good game. All right, our first match has Bezendipity. Oh, wow, it's got all the new Pokemon. Okay. Pheasantipity, we got the Rock Ogerpon, Monkey Dory, Sinistra, Okidogi, and Titar. So we've got someone that is definitely running a boost in the weather. I don't know what Okidogi is going to bring or Monkey Dory. I mean, they're all poison except for Sinistra and I guess Ogerpon. So like the legendary 3 or the loyal 3 are poison X. We have poison psychic, poison fighting, poison flying, I think. I might be out, but it's poison X. Ghost, grass for Sinistra, rock for that Ogerpon, and Titar is rock dark. Let's go ahead and bring in our speedy boys. So we're gonna bring in Tornadus, Chien Pao, Great Tusk, and Gyarados. In case if we have to deal with something that's off the cuff. I don't think anyone on that team is going to be resistant to Intimidate or like get Defiant or anything like that. So we'll have to keep that in mind. I think they're going to all have Toxic Chain, to be honest. But we'll see. Opens up with Pheasantipity and Titar, which is terrible. Fixing the mic again. I apologize. It's just terrible because it's gonna pop my sash for Chien Pao like immediately. I'm gonna taunt the Pheasantipity. And we're gonna go ahead. He's gonna have Rock Slide. I don't think. I don't think we need a taunt, honestly. We're gonna Bleak Wind, and I'm going to Ice Spinner into Titar. They're gonna Terra. It's gonna be Pheasantipity. No, it's Titar. Okay. Make it poison. Alright. Alright. I like how this is coming out so far. Ice Spinner right over to the Titar. It does a considerable amount of damage. It doesn't knock him out, but like when Storm will then hit after that, it does also like a little bit of damage. Speed does drop for Titar. Doesn't do it for the Pheasantipity, but Dazzling Gleam does come out of that slot, and Rock Slide comes out afterwards, which is going to be a double KO. Now I don't think Poison gets a boost from being in the sand, but that's okay. Pheasantipity is buffed by the sand, and so is Titar. And Pheasantipity is going to heal due to leftovers. Alright, interesting. I like how I've seen other people build this Pokemon. Okay, so now that I know that it has Dazzling Gleam and the leftovers. Oh no, that's Poison Fairy. Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay, we're going to Waterfall the Pheasantipity. Earthquake. Does not affect Gyarados. Will knock out those two though. So kind of like the exact opposite exchange of what just happened, but now it is even 2-2. And I saved my Terra. I was going to Terra at first Chien Pao, but I don't think it would have made any sense. The Rock Slide's still going to do a lot of damage, so I just forsaked it and just said go with it. I was going to also Terra Great Tusk that turn, but in the event that I wasn't able to knock out Pheasantipity, I didn't want to get set up for like the worst. And here comes Ogerpon. I don't think ground is weak against rock, so I don't think I'm going to Terra, but I'm definitely going to Terra with Gyarados. So Okidogi is still weak against ground type moves. So there's that. I'm going to Terra so that I don't get poisoned. I'm gonna Thunder Wave Ogerpon. Now Ogerpon can't become its total rock type because they had already used their Terra before with T-Tar. But honestly, I don't think that really matters. I think just wearing the mask just makes it that typing anyway. Oh, crap. I just killed my own Gyarados. Oh, that was a crit. Well, that was cool. No. Why'd I do that? Horn Leech on the Great Tusk. Why'd I do that? Alright, yeah, you guys can make fun of me in the comments. That was a dumb move. I wanted to avoid rock type moves, but he couldn't be a rock type because he can't Terra. No, that's not true. I mean, he's probably a rock type just having the mask on. But I was so afraid of, you know, Ivy Cudgel. And then I got a rock. Oh, man. It's been my week, guys. No, not week. It's been my weekend. All weekend. All right, next match is up. We've got Iron Hands, Chien Pao, Talonflame, Meowscarada. It's new. Garchomp and Annihilate. All right. Let's see what we do here. I don't think it's going to be great to bring in Gyarados because of not only Iron Hands, but we will have to deal with Defiant Annihilate, so he's probably out. I don't see anyone that's going to be really, really fast on the team. Talonflame may have Tailwind. So we may have to... I mean, we could bring in our Tornadus. We might have to slow the game down quite a bit with the Moongus. But I do not see a Fluttermane on that side, but that doesn't mean that Chien Pao can't also be really, really fast. Bring in Tornadus. I'm going to full screen my thing here just so I have an easier time reading it. Okay. Let's see. Tornadus, Fluttermane, Great Tusk, the Rock Slide, and then I'll bring in Chien Pao at the end. I'm afraid that if I swapped out to a Moongus, he'll get taken out so much, and if I play a Moongus, then I most certainly have to use my Terra against this team here to save him, because he's got Talonflame that's going to be able to take it out. Just in the opener. What do I want to do? Now Scrata's gonna hit for a lot. I think I should be fine. I set up for Tailwind to make myself go faster. Thunderbolt. Yes. Tailwind for Tornadus to make me go faster. If Talonflame does go for the Tailwind, he won't be attacking, but Meowscarada is going to do a lot of damage. I am part Ghost in this form, so... I mean, Flower Trick wasn't going to, like, knock me out, but it could. And... because it never misses, and I think it always crits. I go for the Tailwind first. So he's attacking. Thunderbolt goes off. We'll knock out the Talonflame. This is why Golden Go now has Thunderbolt always. Flower Trick. Protean, Grass type. Will hit the Tornadus. Not very effective. But it never misses and it auto crits. Chien Pao comes up next. Most likely we'll have the Ice Shard or the Sucker Punch. So Bleak Wind. I'm going to Thunderbolt the Chien Pao. Should knock it out. Ice Shard. Hits the Tornadus. Knocks it out. Thunderbolt. Boop. Does not get the KO, but that's okay. Flower Trick comes up next. Critical hit, knocks out Fluttermane. Okay. My Chien-Pao comes out next. And Great Tusk comes out after that. They haven't used their Terra, but it wouldn't be a good idea for them to use it. I'm gonna Rock Slide, and I'm gonna Ice Spinner the Oscrata. That's a lot of damage, but I'm still really, really strong. Oh, that was also a crit too. Here comes the Rock Slide. Down goes Chien-Pao. That's a lot of damage for a crit. Ice Spinner. Boop. There we go. So now it's 2 versus 1. Annihilate. Uh-oh. Rock Slide and Ruination. Yes. Ruination. Protect. It's a good call. With the Protect going off, it prevents my Pokemon from knocking him out this turn. But Tailwind's gone. That's not going to really do a whole lot. Rock Slide again, and we're going to do Ruination. Sucker Punch. That's what we'll do. Sucker Punch goes off first. Does quite a bit of damage. It does a little less than Ruination would do. But here comes the Rock Slide. Does it get the flinch? There's the berry. The citrus berry. Does not. That's going to take it back up to full. Save ourselves due to the Focus Sash. Great Tusk, go ahead and keep doing that. I'm going to Protect now. Probably should have protected last turn, but... Oh, he called me. He got me. So in this move, I'm just gonna go straight for the Ruination. Because that's a lot better. Because, like, yeah, he could use that. Great Tusk is gonna survive. Brings him back up to the green. He's gonna Rock Slide again, and I'm gonna Ruination, thinking that he's gonna Protect. He probably is. Yep, there he is. Okay, Rock Slide and Sucker Punch. Please get the flinch. Please get the flinch. He's down to 1 HP. Drain Punch. Okay. Now it's just me versus him. I have 3 more Sucker Punches to go. I'm going to Protect because I think he's going to Protect. He does, but it failed. Sucker Punch now. Alright, I got this. He could try to do the double protects. I'm still faster than he is. It fails. He's doing bulk up. Nice spinner. He doesn't have leftovers. Leftovers probably would have saved him a lot. Okay, we're gonna end this now. I outspeed him, so Ice Spinner is gonna go into that slot. He can try to go for the double protect, but if it fails, it fails. He Terras. He's got +1 to attack and defense. Terras, but he's got literally like 5 HP left. Goes into Steel. Yeah, it's not enough. If he would have had leftovers, that would have made him survive, because that was good 2, maybe 3 turns of us not doing anything. So that's where that would have come down to. He would have won at that point. All right, next match we've got Indeedee, Tornadus, Urshifu, Ogerpon, Fire, Pelipper, and Tikaton. Yay. Okay. What do we do here? A lot of people are getting knockoff, and knockoff is so detrimental. You guys may not know it. They made knockoff, Haze, like Grassy Glide, a lot of like really cool moves into TMs, which means a lot of people can be a lot more viable in the circuit now. So it's really, really cool. Also very, very interesting. Flip turn, man. That's such a like a dope move, because everyone just like retreats. It's awesome. Like, oh, you want to use U-turn? Here, have flip turn instead. That's dope. Okay. I mean, Indeedee is gonna shut down priority, but I do see 3 main attack or physical attackers, 3 specials. He's not really a special attacker. All right, we'll walk in Tornadus, Fluttermane, Great Tusk, and Amoonguss. Those seem like a good 4 to swap in and out of quite a bit. If I could find someone to swap in consistently with like Amoonguss to, you know, take less damage and get myself set up, that's awesome. So let's hope that is the case. Tornadus, Tikaton. So fake out. This is going to be a strong possibility. We don't really have to worry about that right now. But we're going to taunt their Tornadus, and I'm going to swap the Fluttermane for Amoonguss. Because fake out's probably going to go into that slot. They probably did fake out on Tornadus though, so I'm not going to really worry about it. Taunt to that Tornadus. Do you have the mental herb? Wait. No herb. Cannot Tailwind. Sword Stance. No fake out. Okay. Okay. I'm going to Tailwind on my side, and I'm going to go ahead and Spore the Tinkaton. I think I outspeed Tinkaton. I think. We'll check. I think the base speed of Tinkaton is a lot smaller. They're gonna Terra. Oh, they outspeed me by a lot. Base speed for Tinkaton is 94. Oh, they're gonna Terra Tornadus to be flying. That's dope. It's already flying. Most likely to get a boost from the Leak Wave. Here comes. Does not one hit the KO the Tornadus. Does gets close though. Tinkaton Hammer right after that. +2. Definitely not gonna survive very long. Definitely wasn't gonna survive very long. Yeah, why not? Great Tusk. Let's go ahead and Leer and Rock Slide. Leer is going to drop their defenses 1 stage, unless one of them has the clear amulet. I don't think. I mean, Tinkaton could have the clear amulet, but we'll see. Withdrew Tinkaton. It's a good call. Sent out Indeedee. Well, Indeedee, your thing's not gonna get touched unfortunately. But Tornadus will. It'll lose 1 defense. Rock Slide comes out. Almost gets the 1-hit KO. Tornadus avoids the attack. I wish it was Great Tusk though, to be honest. And Tornadus shook off the taunt. That's dope. Okay, let's see what we could do. Water Main. Just gonna Bleak Wind and Terra Dazzling Gleam. That's what I can really do right now. It's kind of sad that this is what my team is rendered down to. Terra Flying on the Tornadus is not bad, but if Bleak Wind doesn't hit, that's fine. But now I'm not dealing with priorities. But I don't think it's really gonna matter. Entity's pretty bulky. I didn't see Psychic Surge go off, so it's probably got the Rocky Helm. Yeah, you get priority. Yeah, I did attack. I didn't do a buff. But Tornadus goes down from the Dazzling Gleam. But the Entity taking a lot more damage is really weird. Okay, Bleak Wind takes down Entity. In the back, they've got Tickaton and someone else. Which may or may not be a good thing, but at least Tickaton doesn't have a +2 to its stats. Ogerpon. Gotcha. That's fire type. They've already used their Terra. So he can't get Embody or anything. Okay. Bleak Wind and oh, right. I thought I clicked it, but nope, I didn't. Alright, Bleak Wind, Dazzling. Let's go. I believe I'm still faster than that side, but we'll see. Spike and Shield activate on the Ogerpon. Dazzling Gleam. Does nothing to the Ogerpon. It's not going to do a whole lot to the Tickaton either. Boop. Nothing. Bleak Wind misses Ogerpon. Does it hit the Tickaton though? It does. Boop. Play rough for the Tornadus. That's a good call. Tailwind's gone. So they got 2 more turns of Tailwind left. Yep. Alright, let's hope for the best. So the Ogerpon wears the mask, it becomes that type plus grass type. So that's interesting, because you can become water grass. Oh, Ivy Cudgel? Wait, you're faster than Flutter? Well, yeah, never mind. He does have Tailwind, I don't. I'm like, what? When does that happen? Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Good game, nonetheless. All right, next matchup. We've got Rillaboom, Heatran, Pheasantipity, Tornadus, Ogerpon, Water type, and Dipplin. Ooh, Dipplin. Okay, so we do have a couple of things that we have to worry about. First and foremost, we do have a Fake Out user plus a Tailwind user. So I'm led to believe that I should bring in Tornadus this fight, but I also have to worry about Heatran with his typing, so Gyarados would need to come in. So I'm thinking Tornadus, Gyarados to lower down people's physical attacks, so like Ogerpon. I want to say Dipplin. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what his base stat total is by heart. But Ogerpon and Rillaboom specifically needs those. Rillaboom is going to have someone with Grassy Glide, and because of Ogerpon's ability of being part grass, he can also have Grassy Glide. So there's that we'll have to worry about as well. Pheasantipity being poison type would be really, really good to have like Great Tusk with us. And that would also take out Heatran as well. And who else want to bring in? I don't want to bring in Moongus, because I don't want to get like the Fluttermane mix up here. We'll bring in Chien Pao. Since we got majority of physical attackers with us, we'll bring in Chien Pao so that we can not swap in or out, but we can give some more pressure or some more ability with maybe our win condition being like Great Tusk. All right, so we have Tornadus and Ogerpon. Tornadus and Gyarados. Tomato goes off. Okay, taunts the Tornadus to see if we can get that off, and Thunder Wave the Ogerpon. That way we can kind of like knock its speed down 2 stages. Now it is going to be a speed tie between my Tornadus and their Tornadus, so it's more of a coin flip to see who goes first. Or they may not have dedicated all that point into speed, so we'll see. A set that I have for my Tornadus at one point in time was to go full into speed, but not so much into special attack, and just have them do chip damage as much as possible. They're going to tear their Tornadus to make it flying. Interesting. Is that where everyone's going now, is doing Terra Flying Bleak Winds right off the bat? I mean, it would make sense, because then, like, with stuff like this happening all the time, they're going to need to have a strat like this right here. Gyarados avoids the attack, but that is a Terra Flying Bleak Wind Storm. Goes right into their Tornadus. Does not knock him out, though, but that's still a good damage. Tornadus goes down. Okay. Thunder Wave the Ogerpon. Rock Slide's really, really deadly, but we'll bring in Chien Pao. Because that Tornadus is taunted. It can't do any special moves. So I'm going to do right into that. And I'm going to Waterfall. Wait, would Chien Pao be okay not being Terra'd? I don't think so. I'm going to Terra. Yeah, I'm going to Terra. And then maybe swap out? No, I don't want to swap. Waterfall into the Ogerpon. Withdrew Tornadus. That's a good call. Here, Tori. Oh! Pheasantipity. Gotcha. I'm going to change my Chien Pao to flying. All right. Ice Spinner into the Pheasantipity. It's probably not going to... Nope, it's not. But Waterfall. Oh, it has Water Absorb. Gotcha. That's fine, though. Ivy Cudgel. It's a Chien Pao. Doesn't do as much damage. Protect on the Chien Pao. I'm going to Waterfall the Pheasantipity. I forgot. I keep that Water Absorb. So it doesn't have Mold Breaker. It would have Water Absorb. Okay. Unless it has multiple abilities like Calyrex, but I don't think it would. Let me look that up. That's really, really interesting. How does his like abilities work? Okay, we Waterfall the Pheasantipity, knock it out. Oh, I see. Okay. So the Grass Ogerpon gets Defiant, the Water Ogerpon gets Water Absorb, the Fire Ogerpon gets Mold Breaker, and the Rock one gets Sturdy. Interesting. Brings right back out Tornadus. Ice Spinner to Tornadus. And I'm going to... No, you know what? I'm going to swap. I'm gonna swap so that I can get the intimidates in. Tornadus protects. Nice spinner. Into that protected slot. Ivy Cudgel, that's going to go straight into the Chin Pao, which is going to knock him out, which is totally fine. Absolutely fine. Because when we swapped out to bring out our Great Tusk, we were kind of setting up the end game. I was hoping to get one more switch in so that Gyarados, you know, so we have Chin Pao still. But having like Ogerpon being -2 is not a bad thing at all. Go ahead and Thunder Wave the Tornadus, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just Rock Slide that side of the field. It's no longer taunted, so it could get Tailwind off here, but I don't think it's gonna matter. The withdrew Ogerpon, because it was -2, it wasn't gonna be doing anything to bring out Dipplin the Great. That's shiny. That's so cool. Golden Apple. That's gonna lower down our evasiveness one stage. I don't know the calcs for evasiveness. Not a lot of people worry about that slot, but they will now. So I'll start putting into my mind of those calcs. Thunder Wave. So now Tornadus is going to be just a little bit slower. Just a wee bit slower. And I'm going to also Thunder Wave the Dipplin. And I'm just going to Rock Slide again. They do have Tailwind off, which is unfortunate for us. Rock Slide does come in handy though. Dipplin will avoid that attack, but I will take out the Tornadus. Everyone being paralyzed. Let's go. There you go. Everyone paralyzed. Let's go. Oh, couldn't move because it's paralyzed. Let's go. Okay. Ogerpon's next. Okay. So I can't do any damage to the Ogerpon. So I need to focus my attention over to Dipplin, but not KO him. Spiky Shield gets activated by the Ogerpon. Rock Slide. Waterfall. Syrup Bomb. Whoa. Covered in sticky syrup. Speed fell? What? That's dope. Speed drop for each turn? Oh, that is weird. That is awesome. Yeah, Waterfall, Dipplin. I don't know why it went straight to Great Tusk. I don't want to do that. Ivy Cudgel. Oh yeah, he makes it faster. -1. That's power of like just the one speed drop. And they've got this one. I can't hurt the Ogerpon. I've already used my Terra. Speed's gonna fall for 4 turns, so it makes it -4. Yeah, I can't hurt the Ogerpon. That's enough to leave. I can maybe take out the Dipplin and be able to survive just a little bit, but I can't hurt the Ogerpon. I don't have another attack. It's just gonna water absorb its health back up to full. Well played. Well played. I'd have to struggle and then maybe not knock myself out, but struggle does like a third every single time. It's a lot of HP. Okay, so our final match of the day has Dragonite, Bomb Snow, Garchomp, Excalibur, Iron Bundle, and Chin Pao. So a nice, decent ice team that swings in with Garchomp for Garchomp, you know, things. And then we have the priority Dragonite Chien-Pao. And it works. Don't get me wrong. It works. It does a lot of stuff to a lot of people. Absolutely takes games. A lot of people just know how to work around it now. So myself included. Let's see. We will need to bring in Tornadus and Great Tusk, Gyarados, and Watermain, right? Watermain. I mean, he's got his own Chien-Pao. I don't want to get stuck on the other side of that. The reason why I'm not bringing in Amoonguss is because he's got Abomasnow as well as Baxcalibur. Both of them are known. Well, Blizzard or Aurorvale on the Abomasnow, and Baxcalibur is most likely going to have Ice Shard or Icicle Spear, which is definitely not going to hit well with Amoonguss. We don't want to do that. And again, I'd be forced to kind of use that spot. So we do have Abomasnow and Chien-Pao, and that's a shiny Abomasnow. First of all, shiny. That's dope. Okay, so in this particular situation, what we have to do is go straight. I mean, I want to click Leer so bad, but I think I have to Terra Great Tusk. These two are formidable. So I'm going to Terra Fire Great Tusk to make it so that that ignores a lot of the damage coming out from Chien-Pao with Ice Spinner, Ice Shard, or even Icicle Crash. And it's again with Abomasnow. Because he starts off with the snow, he gets an immediate, I think it's special defense boost? It might be defense boost, but he should be going off with the Veil. They're also going to Terra, and it's going to go for the Chien-Pao to become Ghost typing. All right. So they ignore the physical attack that maybe like the close combat into that slot, but I went Rock Slide instead because it seemed like a better option. Plus the flinching is good. Substitute on the Chien-Pao. Okay. Rocking the Citrus Berry. Bleak Wind Storm misses. Abomasnow, but it does injure the substitute, and the substitute faded. So Aurorvale comes out. Swap out Tornadus to get him out of there. Continue with Rock Slide Onslaught. Gyarados comes out to lower down Chien-Pao's attack one stage. Okay. Abomasnow is protecting. Rock Slide isn't going to do a whole lot to Chien-Pao, but I'm hoping for the flinch. Unless he just avoids the attack altogether. That's dope. Ice Spinner goes right into that Gyarados, which we kind of foresaw was going to happen. I'm going to Thunder Wave the Chien-Pao, and I'm just going to Rock Slide again. Rock Slide goes out. Abomasnow dodges it. What do you have? Bright Powder? Chien-Pao uses Substitute, drops its HP quite a bit. Actually kind of surprised. And Thunder Wave goes into the Substitute, does nothing. Blizzard goes out. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage to either of my Pokemon. Citrus Berry activates on the Gyarados. Okay. It's Waterfall. Yeah. We're going to Waterfall and then continue on with our Rock Slide. I do not believe that this Abomasnow has Light Clay. It might. I don't know if Light Clay would affect that Aurorvale. I would assume so. And we popped... Oh, Sacred Sword. Doesn't do anything to the Great Tusk. Waterfall. Still didn't pop that thing, huh? I probably did now. Yep, faded. Blizzard. No flinches, huh? Wow. Still no flinches. I'm gonna paralyze the Abomasnow. Rock Slide. Misses Chien-Pao. Will hit the Abomasnow. Sacred Sword goes right into the Great Tusk. Does a little bit of damage. Thunder Wave right into the Abomasnow. Paralyzed. Still uses Blizzard. Does not knock out the Great Tusk, but it gets really, really low. Snow stops. And Aura Veil is gone. No, it's not gone. Waterfall. I'm gonna swap you out to Flutter Mane for the inevitable Sucker Punch or the Ice Shard. I don't want to get hit with either one of those. Sacred Sword goes right into the Flutter Mane, does nothing. Here comes the Waterfall right into the Chien-Pao. Does not get the KO, but brings it down to 1. Blizzard does hit. So, now, what do we do here? We're going to protect. Actually, I'm going to swap it out. Bring out Tornadus. And I'm just going to go straight into the Dazzling Gleam. Yes. Hulk Arrow's back. Bring back the Tornadus. Dazzling Gleam. Boop. Double knockout. Oh. All right. 4v2. Two of my Pokemon are weak though, so it's like 2-on-2. What else? What do you got? Iron Bundle and Excalibur. Fork Drive activates for Iron Bundle. Speed is heightened. Tornadus is going to go ahead and activate the Tailwind. And I'm going to Dazzling Gleam on this side. Tailwind, so I go first. Dazzling Gleam. Boop. Does not get the double KO, but gets really, really close. Here comes the Hydro Pump right into the Flutter Mane, which does not knock it out. And here comes the Icicle Crash right after that. Knocks out the Flutter Mane. And the leftovers heals up Excalibur. The Aura Veil has worn off. I think that's why they were able to survive, was that Aura Veil. Okay, Bleak Wind, and I will go with the Rock Slide. Protect on the Iron Bundle. Rock Slide. Does nothing to the Iron Bundle. Please hit the Excalibur. It does. And there is the KO. How it could have knocked me out with an Ice Shard. Honestly, I'm surprised it didn't go for that. You could have easily knocked out my Great Tusk and would have put you at a better advantage than what you're at now. Rock Slide comes out. It's right into the Iron Bundle. And he goes down. Alright, first match has Iron Bundle, Dragonite, Rillaboom, Chien-Pao, Garganacl, and Ogerpon Fire. That will have Mold Breaker. I did look at earlier to see what those were, so that's really, really interesting. So in this particular match, we do have Fake Out, Priority, and a fast Pokemon, and then a really, really bulky Pokemon that is kind of annoying to get rid of. So what should we do here? That is a good question. We might... I was going to start off the fight with maybe Chien-Pao and Great Tusk, or maybe Gyarados and Great Tusk, so that I have a flying type, but I'm a little scared because of the Chien-Pao. So I think we'll go with Tornadus, Gyarados, Great Tusk, and then Fluttering in case if we need to swap out. Actually, probably not. Bring a Great Tusk because we do want to put in like a lot of pressure right away. And then Gyarados, and then Fluttermane. Again, we're trying to prepare for the inevitable Dragonite if we ever have to come up with that. But I do want people to switch in and out whenever I need to. And Great Tusk, being that switcher is perfect for me. Because if they open up with Rillaboom, I could swap out to like maybe Chien-Pao and Dragonite. Okay, that's dope. So we kind of know what we're doing here. We're gonna Terra, Ghost, Bleak Wind, and then we're gonna switch to Fluttermane immediately, because that's gonna be Terra. Terra no more Dragonite, or it could not be. It could be, you know, Dragon Dance, and I could be like walking into a trap. I'm gonna Terra. Change Tornadus with Ghost. So now we won't get hit. We'll still get hit with Ice Sharpie. We won't get hit with Extreme Speed, but it won't be super effective. And Ice Spinner won't be super effective either. Icicle Crash going right into the Fluttermane. Does get the KO. That's unfortunate. Bleak Wind. Dropping the Dragonite speed. Dragon Rush. Tornadus dodges the attack. Interesting. I'll go ahead and bring in Gyarados. So we lost Fluttermane right off the bat, but now we know that's not a extreme speed. I mean, he can still do extreme speed, don't get me wrong. Excuse me. I'm gonna Tailwind. And then I'm gonna Waterfall the Chien-Pao. Terra on the Chien-Pao. Make him dark. Are you like trying to prevent taunts or do extra damage for like Sucker Punch? It does go off. It'll fail because it was going to the Tornadus. He's gonna go Tailwind though. I mean, it was a very powerful move. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But I'm gonna do that to knock out the Chien-Pao. Down goes to Terra. Now it's a tied match, 3-3. Dragon Rush. Over to the Gyarados. Not as strong as it could have been. That -1 did help out quite a bit. Quite a bit. Rillaboom. Gotcha. It's really only going to affect itself, unfortunately. I'm going to Bleak Wind. I'm going to swap. Ooh, that's a good question. Ground is still very effective against Great Tusk. But I want to swap out just so that I could switch in with Gyarados some more and lower down that attack from Dragonite. Fake out. Oh, Great Tusk. That's cool. Bleak Wind. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot of damage right there. And Dragon Rush over to the Tornadus. Does not get the KO. Thank you for trying. Oh, I thought that the only one I'd get is Rillaboom. I keep forgetting. I don't have flying if I'm Terrad. Huh. Neat. Anyway, Bleak Wind, and we could go for the Rock Slide. It will hurt Dragonite quite a bit. I think that's what we'll do. I kind of want to switch in, but it's not like he's got anything against me. So yeah, Grassy Glide. Oh, priority. Does not get the KO. Gets really, really close though. That's dope. Rock Slide hits both. Does not get the knockout. Here comes Bleak Wind. Will miss. It misses, unfortunately. The Rillaboom. So that's okay. We get a little bit of HP for both my Pokemon, and he'll also heal up a little bit as well. So now it is 3-2, and they bring in Ogerpon. Mold Breaker. He's already used the Terra, so he can't swap out this turn. which is totally fine. Swap to Gyarados now. We have one more turn of Terra. They can't switch out, so honestly, Rillaboom's kind of SOL right now. We'll lower down the attacks of these Pokemon, so it's not gonna be as harsh. Grassy Glide. Boop. Gyarados hangs on like a champ. Chomps on his Citrus Berry. Get back a little bit more HP. Leak Wind. Boop. Almost a one hit on that Ogre Pond. Crit on the Rillaboom too. Ivy Cudgel. So the Tornadus knocks him out. Hey, you did it. Now it's 2v1. And Ogre Pond gets a little bit. Oh, my Tailwind's gone? Oh, that sucks. Here comes a Great Tusk instead. Yeah, Rock Slide, why not? And we'll Waterfall. Battle might be canceled here. We'll see. I mean, you could do Spiky Shield, but it's really only going to hit Gyarados. Oh, maybe. Oh, Rock Slide. Knocks out Ogre Pond. I figured that they would have left. I would have. It's like, oh, 1v2. One of them's really, really fast. But I guess they didn't know that because not a lot of people use Scarf on Great Tusk, but I mean, I still use it. Great Tusk right now is kind of like that in-between Pokemon. Like, if you don't have like a good ground type Pokemon, he's really, really good. But you can get a Water Terra Garchomp in the overworld, which all you have to do is just give it a patch and give it its rough skin, and it's pretty much ready to go. So there's that. But if you don't have access to like Great Tusk, the Garchomp is a good replacement for that. Scarf Garchomp. Ooh, that takes me back. All right, match number 2. We've got Okidogi, Entity, Arbrava, I think, Gastrodon, Armarouge, and Mimikyu. So we do have a semblance of like a weird Trick Room setup or kind of like overly offensive team with like the improvised things. By improvised, I mean like was it Expanding Force? I don't think Trick Room was going to be great here. I know Priority's not, so Gyarados would have to do all the heavy lifting. So Gyarados, Great Tusk, we'll bring in Amoonguss and Chanpao, I think that's what we'll bring. That sounds like fun. Less than 20 seconds left. 5 seconds. Oh, now it's the fight. Let's go. Okay, so Entity and Okidogi. Guard Dog. Guard Dog stops Intimidate. Oh yes, it does stop it from dropping stuff. Okay, that's just totally fine. We're gonna go ahead and do. I want to do Taunt. Taunting on the Entity would probably be really, really helpful. And then Hetton Earthquake? Do I have to worry about? I mean, I am fighting, and Mimikyu or the Entity could be using Dazzling Gleam, so I'll change the Fire Earthquake. I think that's what I'll do. Let's see what they do. Click this off because I don't need to be totally distracted. We're gonna Terra. I apologize. I'm doing like 3 things at once, so if I get a little distracted, I apologize. So we're gonna Terra Fire. Follow me. Yep, does come up from the Entity. Does not want us to use anything against the Okidogi. We're gonna Earthquake. It's gonna hit everyone, minus the Gyarados. Does a lot of damage. We're gonna Taunt the Entity though. Most of the time it'll have Rocky Helm. It might have Herb here. Nope, Poison Fang hits the Great Tusk, does not get the poison though, but we are very, very well set off. We're going to Waterfall the Okidoki, and then we're going to just Earthquake once again. Because Okidoki could go down here. No one else can switch out using moves. So no U-turns, no flip turns, no items like the red card and stuff like that. No one can use anything to get out. We have to manually switch. And it would not be in their best interest to switch, because if Armourouge comes out next turn, it's going to be really, really hard. But no Trick Room was used, so that's interesting. I guess they just really wanted to stop priority as much as possible, which is totally fine. Earthquake does not do the Gyarados. Will not. Ooh, both? Let's go. I for sure knew it was going to knock out Okidoki, but I did not know about Indeedee. I for sure knew that was going to happen. Waterfall goes off and does nothing. All right. What are you going to bring out? What's your last two Pokemon? I can't read that. Umbrava. And Gastrodon. Okay. So we're going to taunt. Good question. What do we do here? I want a Thunder Wave. And I'm going to switch to a Moongus. Umbrava could do something different, right? I'm not 100% sure of its moveset, but I also do not want to get hit with Earth Power from the Gastrodon. They're going to Terra. It's going to be Umbrava. It's going to be Fairy. You can barely almost see it. Like, you can... kind of like it's hidden underneath its hand, so you can barely see it. Thunder Wave goes right over to the... Oh, it does not. Well, now it's interesting. Earth Power would have went right into that, so it's a good thing that we swapped. Don't need to be walking into that. Swap to... Do I want to swap into Chien-Pao? I could stop that yawn by taunting. Yeah, let's do that. Let's stop the yawns by taunting. And then we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and Spore the Umbrava. Never mind. They're going to Protect. This is interesting. Taunt. No more yawns for you. Spore. That's nothing. I was really thinking about doing Spore on the Gastrodon. Can't yawn. And Gyarados is gonna fall asleep, which is totally I'm okay with. Honestly, I'm okay with. Gyarados. It has to have its dedicated turn of sleep. So I'm gonna Protect. It's going to stay asleep, so that's fine. I'm going to put to sleep the Gastrodon, though. Spore. Ooh! Amoonguss is faster than all of their Pokemon? That's interesting. Earth Power. Boop. Still not as strong as you'd like it to be. Gastrodon is asleep. The weirdness disappeared. Bring out Chien-Pao and let's Spore the Umbrava. I can't do anything while Gastrodon's on the field with Gyarados, so we're just going to do this. Sword of Ruin. Spore. They should have protected, to be honest. It's weird that they didn't. And Gastrodon is asleep. Oh no, that's Ambrova. Oh, Gastrodon woke up. That's dope. Ice Beam. Oh, Amoonguss barely lives with 9 HP. And Amoonguss shook off Taunt. Not Amoonguss, but Gastrodon. I'm sorry. With the Ambrova, because it can't protect, it can only fall asleep. It's had a turn of sleep, so there's that. But I'm gonna Spore. Yep, saw that. In case if it didn't do that, I wanted to Spore anyway, but I just covered my bases. Seed Sower. I'm okay with this. Never mind. Spore goes into that protected slot. That's interesting. I hit it. It comes in and then it disappears like soon after. That's really, really funny. I did not know that's how it worked. Yeah, I used my Terra already, so we're not gonna worry about that. But Spore into the Gastrodon. We don't really have to do anything. Ice Spinner. Right into that slot. Seed Sower. Grassy Field comes up. And then it just disappears. He's gonna faint and then it's gonna disappear. That's so weird. Oh, look at that. It's just gone. Sport. Take a nap. Take a nap, Gastrodon. You've had a good fight. Its eyes don't even close when it sleeps. That's so weird. And Amoonguss just heals up a little bit, like a good boy. Ice Spinner, and then we'll swap out to Great Tusk. Probably gonna end the fight, honestly. He could still maybe win this, but it's 4v1. I mean, Gastrodon has won games, so I don't want to say that he's not going to, but it's very unlikely. Lucas comes back. The generator gives it back 33% of its HP. Ice Spinner. Boop. Oh, it woke up. Let's go. Ice Beam. Oh, not so much damage. Not very effective. But it froze. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's funny. Headlong Rush. Let's just go. Battle's canceled. You cancel after freezing one of my Pokemon? Are you serious? Come on, bro. Come on. All right, next match has a Fluttermane, Urshifu, Chimpao, Therian Landorus, Tornadus, and Iron Hands. Okay. We will have to deal with some Trick Room not Trick Room, but 10-win shenanigans. 3 out of the 6 Pokemon are incredibly fast, being Tornadus, Chimpao, and obviously Fluttermane. So we will have to pick and choose who we want to deal with. I think walking in with maybe Tornadus, Great Tusk, so that we can apply immediate pressure right away. Gyarados, so that we can lower down a lot of the physical attackers that's on the team. It seems like he's got 4 out of 6 that are physical attackers. And then Fluttermane to kind of tie it all in at the end. If we need to swap into someone else, then we can. I was thinking about bringing in Chimpao, but maybe not. I don't think like Chimpao with the Focus Sash would be really, really helpful. But if I'm able to like stun them with Rock Slides or apply pressure like right away by, you know, making them decide whether or not they want to Taro someone or use a certain move, like if not Tornadus, but Landorus, right? If he decides to go Terra Flight, right? Rock Slide will beat him. So like it'll hurt him. I don't know about the flinch chance, but it'll hurt him a lot. I can't read those, but it's Chimpao and Tornadus versus Tornadus and Great Tusk. So right now, as it stands, I do outspeed both of those Pokemon with just my Great Tusk. I am going to go ahead and use Tailwind. And then Terra Fire, so I don't get hit with Glacial Crash or anything else. But I'm going to Terra Fire and then Rock Slide, because that hurts both of their Pokemon. Pops the Sash for Chien-Pao, obviously. I don't think it'll kill it or knock it out, but it may do a lot of damage. They get access to Tailwind first. It's totally fine. Here comes mine. It's a 50-50 chance, so Taunt from me would have been bad. Rock Slide. I don't know who avoided it. Tornadus did, but it hits the Chien-Pao. And he flinched and could not move. Dope. I'm just going to go Bleak Wind. I don't want to risk it by doing another move. Like, I could do like another status move, like Scary, like I have Leer. I can use Taunt. They use Scary Face. Go straight to the Great Tusk. Icicle Crash. Goes right onto the Tornadus. It's a KO. At -2 speed isn't going to help them as much as they would like. Here comes the Rock Slide. It does hit both. And it does knock out the Chien-Pao. It does lower down the Tornadus quite a bit. Now, the reason why it doesn't help them as much as they would like it to, right, is because of the fact that I could swap them out for something else. So we'll see what they do. It's going to be Flutter Mane. And I'm going to bring out my Gyarados. Minute goes off. It's going to lower down the stuff, right? Great Tusk. Booster Energy activates, and it's special attack. Okay. So I'm going to protect with Gyarados. And I'm going to Rock Slide with Great Tusk. Which I believe Great Tusk does have speed. Well, no, they've got Tailwind. I've got Tailwind. I forgot. Sorry. Withdrew their Tornadus to bring out probably Landorus. Iron Hands. Okay. I'm going to protect. Power Gem. That's enough for the KO? Oh, that's interesting. Even with the special boost, it should not have KO'd. But I will take it. I will take it. Okay, Gyarados. Thunder Wave. Oof. I think Waterfall on the Iron Hands is going to be the best. They still have the Tornadus in the back, so I have to be mindful of that. They didn't Terra. Shadow Ball. I have to. Okay. I was like, I have to. I was going to use Dazzling Gleam, but I didn't know if it was going to make or break the thing. So I'm just like, I'm just going to Shadow Ball it and hope for the best. Glad that it worked, though. Waterfall goes right into Iron Hands. Get the flinch. Wild Charge into the Gyarados. Does get the KO. So now it's just 1v2. And that recoil is a lot. And it looks like Tailwind's gone for everybody, but I am still the fastest person on the field. Even with Tornadus coming back out, I'm still the fastest. And he's currently weak. So Shadow Ball into the Iron Hands. Let's hope for the best. This is all I've got. Higatera. Or maybe something else. I don't know. This is kind of why I don't use Booster Energy, because even though it opens me up, But as soon as that Pokemon goes down, like the value goes away, like immediately. So it's really, really interesting what they're going to do here. Tailwind. Totally fine with that. There's nothing I could do about that. Shadow Ball will not outspeed. Boop. Oh, it's not enough to KO. Here comes... Oh, Wild Charge? Okay. Still a KO. Do you knock yourself out, though? Oh, you don't. Dang it. I was really hoping you would. All right, next match is ready to go. We've got Urshifu, Ogerpon, Rillaboom, Heatran, Fluttermane, and Pelipper. Okay, so this is gonna be very, very interesting. Let's see. What do I do here? What's the best course of action? I'm gonna need Gyarados to take out Heatran and to deal with the Pelipper. Also can deal with the Ogerpon, but I'm gonna need Great Tusk so that can deal with kind of everything else. 3 specials, 3 physicals, so it's kind of like a mixed team. Maybe Tailwind is going to be an occurrence. So we'll bring in Tornadus, Great Tusk, Gyarados, and I kind of want to bring in Fluttermane, but I don't know if he's going to if she's going to do anything. We'll bring in Chien-Pao just to kind of see what we could do. All right, so Rapid Strike Urshifu versus Pelipper versus Tornadus and Pelipper. Drizzle activate, so Bleak Wind Storm is now 100%. We don't really need to do anything else besides just Bleak Wind and Rock Slide, and we'll call it good. So let's see what they do. So Rock Slide's gonna go out. It's going to hit both Pokemon, which is great. Bleak Wind Storm comes in after that, and it's a 2-hit KO. Let's go. Let's see what they say. See what they bring out. Ogerpon and Fluttermane. Let's go. Okay, so Booster Energy is now activated, and Speed was heightened. So now I have to spend a turn to activate Tailwind so that we can get this taken care of, and we'll go ahead and just continue using the Rock Slide. Now maybe I should have Terra'd my Great Tusk, but I don't know if that's going to be needed. Here comes the Rock Slide. It's going to hit both Pokemon. Will it flinch anybody? Fluttermane flinched, couldn't move, and Horn Leech. That would have helped Great Tusk survive that attack, or at least not do as much damage. Okay. We'll go ahead and just use the both attacks. Bleak Wind's 100%. There's no way to get around that. So Fluttermane's probably going to go down here. I don't know about Ogerpon, though. Spiky Shield goes on the Ogerpon. What about the Fluttermane? Fluttermane does nothing. Rock Slide misses the Ogerpon due to Protect. We'll hit the Fluttermane. Bleak Wind Storm will miss the Ogerpon. Will also hit the Fluttermane because it is raining. 100% accurate. No way to get around that. And it's now 1v4. I think they're going to retreat here. It would be what I would do. Rock Slide brings it down. Here comes Bleak Wind, 100%, and it goes down. I applaud them for staying in. Absolutely. I would have left, though, because that's a 1v4, and it's like, no. Sorry, when you play in like the competitive level, you get a sense of when it's not possible, and that was it. for me. Like, yeah, that's nope, cutoff point. That's not possible. All right, final match of the day. We've got 100 matches after this. It is going to be against Tornadus, Rillaboom, Ogerpon, Serena, Typhlosion, Hisuian, and Torque. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting team. We do have a Tailwind user, but I'm not really sure what the rest of the team is going to do. I can clearly see that Torkoal is there to help out Sun to make Eruption stronger, Serena to stop all priority moves. It's a good thing I don't use a whole lot. I think we'll walk in with Tornadus, Great Tusk we did before, Qianpao, and Gyarados. I think that's what we'll do there. I think these four is gonna help. It helped out last match. Like those two just literally ran over that opponent that I can't name because I don't read whatever language that is. I think it's Japan, but I'm not 100%. All right, so Tornadus and Torkoal. Neat. Let's go. So Torkoal is going to be very, very interesting. We're going to, oh, our attack goes up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Should we just flat out use Leer? Torkoal's not going to knock us out. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll use Leer and then we'll just Rock Slide. Drop their defenses one stage. That Tornadus can use Taunt, it can use Tailwind. Oh, the eject pack hits Torkoal and knocks him out of here. That's dope. Love that strat. Love that strat. And here comes Serena. Very good Pokemon to switch into. It is shiny. So that's dope. Tailwind goes on their side. It's okay. Rock Slide now comes on for mine. And it almost one-shots that Tornadus. Oh, it would have, but he lived due to Sash. Interesting. And you have leftovers. I'm so interested. I used Serena, and it didn't seem like my Serena was able to survive anything of the sort. So I'm very surprised of what they're doing here. We're going to go ahead and Tailwind on our side. Because they didn't do Taunt. You can clearly tell that. They would have outsped me if they did. We're going to Rock Slide. Serena avoids it. We'll hit the Tornadus. It goes down. Baboosh. Boosh. So the blade. Oh, I see. And is that's going to go to the Great Tusk? It is. Whoopoo. One hit KO. Let's go. Good job. Get a little bit of HP due to leftovers. I'm going to bring out Gyarados now because I'm assuming you're going to bring out Torkoal. And I'm going to lower down Serena's attack. Typhlosion. Oh, you are a nasty bugger. Okay. I don't think... All right, we're going to Waterfall the Typhlosion, Bleak Wind, the Serena. They're going to Terra. It's probably the Serena. It's not. It's the Typhlosion. Are you going to become fire? You are fire. So Torkoal, like, coming out to setting up the weather was perfect for you. Bleak Wind misses the Typhlosion and the Serena. Wow. How lucky am I? Eruption from the Typhlosion. You're faster than Gyarados? Oh, that's interesting. It does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. Tornadus goes down. How about Serena? Oh, Citrus Berry heals Gyarados a little bit. Waterfall on the Typhlosion. Now it is in the sun. Here comes Solar Blade. Absorbs the light. I didn't have anything to change the weather. That's kind of my fault. I took away Rain Dance since I wasn't using Urshifu. Ooh! Let's go. Let's go. Serena barely doesn't KO my Gyarados. Barely doesn't KO. We'll bring out Qian Pao, lowering down everyone's defenses. We'll Terra so that we don't have to worry about it. Ice Spinner into the Serena slot. They withdrew Typhlosion? You're gonna bring out the Torkoal. Why are you bringing out the Torkoal? Are you setting up for endgame now? Are you expecting me to like sucker punch in that slot? I mean, Serena's on the field. I can't do that. It would be... It would be hard. I don't understand. Ice Spinner right into the Serena slot and we'll get the KO. Waterfall into the Torkoal. I mean, the sun is still out. Tailwind's gone. Typhlosion will now come back. He's shiny. They have one more turn of the sun. Sucker Punch the Typhlosion. I'm gonna protect the Gyarados. I kind of want him to survive a little bit longer. Sucker Punch hitting Typhlosion is going to be really, really hurtful. It is for the KO. Let's go. He's the Terrifier. He's the Eruption user. I mean, Torkoal could still use Eruption, but it's not going to knock out Qian Pao. Heat Wave does come out, and it misses the Gyarados because he's protected, but it will hit the Qian Pao. Will not get the KO because we're not ice. We are flying, which is dope. Ruination on the Torkoal, and then we will go ahead and just waterfall that slot, and this should be the game. Ruination hits, drops Torkoal by half, and here comes the waterfall. There's the game. Ladies and gents, we are 4-1 in today's video using a team we built from scratch from episode 1 in season 10. 100 fights in. Congratulations, we did it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Pokefans alike, is our 100th match in season 10. I hate to say goodbye, but it is something that we do have to do every once in a while. We went 4-1 in this video. That is insane. We haven't had a battle like that in forever. Now our ratio currently is 42%, with our win-loss ratio of being 42/58. So obviously we're not winning any rewards here, but at least we have learned a lot about this team, what could be added, what could be subtracted. And if you guys want to hear kind of like the analysis of what happened after the team is not disbanded but reconfigured, let me know in the comments down below, and I will post that reconfiguration team of what I do when I do to build what I do when I create a brand new team for the brand new season, what I noticed that was wrong with this team, and what I could have done to change it to make it a little bit better, and so on and so forth. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see that. If you guys want to see something different than the 20 fights or during the break, like I said, just let me know down below. But we learned a lot. We had a lot of fun. Sometimes it was just like obnoxious, and other times it's like, oh my god, I can't believe that worked. But I'm glad that we've made it this far. And because we have, we get to look for Regulation E for season 11. That's going to be fun. And you guys will be able to see the group matches here in a little bit. So I'm excited. So let's get out of the ranked battle scene, shall we? Now that we're done with our 100 fights, there's nothing else that I can do besides wish you all the best. We'll be back October 1st. So you don't forget to do all the YouTubey things for me while I'm gone. Go ahead and like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe if you're brand new or you are a returning viewer. They do help out the channel quite a bit. Since we did hit our 400 sub goal, I am so excited, and I will have a brand new goal out for October. I was expected to hit it, but I wasn't expecting to hit it this close. Oh, wow. I thought that we had at least pass it eventually, but thank you. You guys have no idea. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'll have a new goal for October, and I'm pretty sure you guys will smash it. It's a very, very easy. So we'll see what happens then. And help prove my uncle right, because he does say that it helps with engagement if you hit the notification bell on the right side of the subscribe button and select all. I do post Pokemon content 6 days a week. It might change for season 11 or regulation E. I'm not sure. I will be weighing in the pros and cons after I get everything set up for the new editing style that I would love to start doing for this channel. So we'll see. And I'll probably do like a week test run to see how you guys like it. And then if it bombs, then I'll go back to the way it was. And if it does well, I'll continue on with that and we will go from there. But as always, you can leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind, not only to help with the engagement, but because of the fact that I like conversing with you, and it's the best way that you guys can. Obviously, in the description, there is a link to like my social medias. I only like really go on Twitter right now, or X. It's Twitter. No one really calls it X. Sounds like a freaking adult site. Anyway, follow me on Twitter if you guys want to. I will be creating a Discord thing. That way you guys want to add me on there, or if you guys just want to add me in general, it's fine. I will start putting that in my description as well. That way you can just invite me whenever you want to, and we can chat, maybe battle, or just kind of converse. Astoria has already done that, which is perfect. We haven't battled yet, but it is in the cards sometime when I find the time to schedule it with him. So we'll see what happens. I'd love to play against you guys. And that's it. That's all I've got. Thank you again for 400. Can't wait for more. It just solidified that anything is possible for me as long as you're willing to put in the work. And that's dope. It really is. Anyways, guys, happy Tuesday. I'll see you all later.